What's up? What's up? What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and I am back to talk with all of y'all about the latest news in the entertainment world. So happy to have y'all here. I do apologize for my slight tardiness. Today is my oldest daughter, Sydney's birthday. Actually, it's not today, it's tomorrow. But we having a little shindig at the house right now. So just a heads up, I'm a do. I when I say this for real, I'm going to do my best not to make this a 3-hour live. We're not going to do that today. So we are gonna blow through some topics. We're gonna get through, of course, some of the bigger news that you guys are probably here for. And I'm gonna hurry up so I can get back to this party because she got to celebrate this sweet 15. Yeah, she say 15, but it really feel like 25. So I don't know. Pray for me. But anywho, we definitely gonna have a nice quick live, and we gonna talk about a whole lot of good stuff and some weird stuff. But we definitely gonna have a good time for sure. Shout out to the replay gang, by the way. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, let's get to some quick shout outs here. Let's see. Felix, thank you so much for making it. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Corey, what's going on? How you doing? Minister Crushers here. Hello, hello. J Mart, what's going on? What's up, Greg? Good to see you. Brody, how you doing? Eric, what's going on, sir? Let's see. Shauna, hello, hello. We got another vet, Mod Squad in the building. SJ Evans, hello, hello. Paulette, hello, hello. How are you? Got aloha. And Mr. Hughes, hello, hello to both of y'all. Of course, Miss Harper is in the building. Hello, ma'am. Good to see you. My man Didier's here. Good to see you too. Thank you so much. Let's see. J Rob is here. What's up? What's up? Another top vet, Mod Squad in the building. Kristen Pratt. Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for making it out. Who else we got? We got Cynthia Charles is here. What is up? Hello, hello. Paul, hello. How are you? My man Johnny Washington is here. What's going on? We got Rim 17. That's another top vet, top Mod Squad in the building. Y'all make sure you get the likes up because you don't want Rims coming for you. So please, 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 as she says right here, go ahead and get them likes up. Appreciate y'all. Let's see who else I saw. I got my namesake in here. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Kimmy J here as well. Who else? But my man D Steels is in the building. What's going on, sir? Good to see you. Deborah is back. Hello, hello. Always a pleasure to have you on. Rhonda, thank you so much for making it. I really appreciate you. Trouble Clef is here as well. Screaming Monkey, how you doing? Who else? William, hello, hello. Good to see you. Who else? I saw Silver Wishes. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for making it. Another top vet, top Mod Squad in the building. Aleve, hello, ma'am. Good to see you too. Let's see. Jason is here. Thank you so much for making it. We got some good topics. Don't you worry about that. My man Joey's in the building. What's going on, Joey? Another vet in the building. Who else? I'm scrolling. I see a couple people are joining. It's all good. My man Nelson V is here. What's going on, sir? The homie Tyra K is here as well. Hello, hello. See Corey, what's up? Oh, Dancing Dog already with it. Recast the child lives on. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that support. The real Big Sean, not Little Sean, but the real Big Sean is here. Thank you so much for making it out. I really appreciate you. Kenneth, hello. Good to see you too. Tasha, hello. How are you? And I'm going to get a couple more GAs here. What's up? Wait. Naries, hello. Soto, I see you. And shout out to everybody that has made it out today. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to come on out and just join us during this chat. By the way, just a quick little heads up. If you have been on my channel recently and you've been seeing some talk about a giveaway or I don't know, something Telegram, that is not me. I don't know what kind of bot spam is going on, but I've been on this channel all day reporting it as spam, blocking this bot. They've got like 4 different channels or whatever. I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to block it. I've been trying to report it to YouTube. YouTube is not really doing very much. I've changed all the settings. I've blocked all the words. I've blocked it. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else. So if you do hear anything or see anything that looks like me talking about congratulations, blah, 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 that ain't me. Look, I love to give y'all some stuff. If I got it, when I got it, I will give it. But that ain't me. I don't know what scam they trying to pull, but please ignore. That is complete nonsense. I don't know where that spam is coming from, but that is not me. So all right, let's get on. What we have, Lisa, thank you so much. Hey, what's up, HeMan? It's been a minute. Yes, it has. Good to see you again. So happy to join the live. Hope you and the fam are doing well. Happy birthday to your daughter. Thank you so much. Recast T'Challa. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I will definitely pass that on to her once this live is over. Let's see. MJ, what you got? Good evening, HeMan. Great to see you again. Peace. Hey, good to see you too, brother. Thank you so much for that support. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Real Big Sean, am I watching Primal? This show is the best animated show right now. No, I've never even heard of it. I didn't know what Primal is. What is Primal? Where is it? Come on. It's the first time I'm hearing about this. So so no, I'm not. I did just get done what I'm about to watch like later tonight is that Tekken series that just dropped on Netflix. I'm about to go watch that. That is what's on my radar right now. But no, unfortunately, I have not watched Primal. I have no idea what it is, but I'll go look into it. So appreciate you for the recommendation though. All right, let's go ahead and jump into a topic real quick. And which one are we gonna do? Okay, let's do this one. Y'all remember the movie Superbad with McLovin? Yeah, listen, Superbad was like a hilarious movie. This movie came out like 15 years ago. I still think it holds up to today. This is where I really started to know Jonah Hill was like hilarious. And of course, McLovin. Y'all remember McLovin, right? Where is he at? Let's see. There we go, right there. Just classic scene, classic, movie. I think it's a cult classic at this point. I don't know if it made a lot of money or not. But the actor, what's his name? Christopher Mintz Plaza. I don't know what his name. Listen, I know him as McLovin. That's all I know of him. However, apparently he ain't loving McLovin. McLovin ain't loving it. And he's asking fans to stop calling him and screaming McLovin at him for 15 years. He's tired of it. Okay? He's sick of y'all. McLovin ain't having it no more. This man is tired. You called him McLovin. I mean, he called himself McLovin. And now he's like, yo, I'm good. What did he say here? Did they even have something? I think he just said in a Twitter post, let's see, he shared a Vanity Fair article celebrating Superbad's 15th anniversary. In the post, while the actor acknowledged the 2007 film's importance to his career, he also added a lighthearted request that people stop screaming McLovin at me. So y'all gotta let this man live. Let him live. Okay, let him live. He just call him Chris. Call him Christopher. I don't know what he goes by, but he's tired of it. He's sick of it. He's sick of y'all. Okay. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about McLovin not wanting to be called McLovin anymore. Now, listen, I would say this role really defined his career. It's almost like, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying if you walked into Jaleel White, a lot of people are going to be like, yo, that's Steve Urkel. That's who we were introduced to. That's who we know. It's kind of what it is, but I can also see if I was on the other side of that, man, you getting called that for the rest of your life. Woo. What's very funny, interesting story. Alfonso Ribeiro, Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when Will Smith signed on for Fresh Prince, Ribeiro told Will the best advice that Will ever got. And he was like, yo, whatever name that you're going to choose, you better choose it wisely because they're going to call you that for the rest of your life. So that's one of the reasons why Will Smith kept Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And guess what? People call him Will Smith and they still call him Carlton. So looks like it didn't work both ways there, right? But yes. So I don't know how y'all feel about McLovin. Posting that. I don't know if he means it. I'm pretty sure he likes whatever attention he's getting, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Let me grab this comment real quick. Laura Lee, thank you so much for that very, very generous super sticker. I really appreciate that. Let's see, what else do we have? We have another topic because like I told you, we about to flow through this. We about to go through it. Okay. Sandman. First and foremost, if y'all are not watching Sandman on Netflix, you're missing out. This has got to be one of the best adaptation to television series properties I have seen since, I don't know, Lord of the Rings, or the, just The Hobbit, whatever. Like that whole trilogy. This is phenomenal stuff. What the visuals are amazing. The writing from Neil Gaiman from the graphic novel for the Sandman, because it is a DC property, by the way. Everything from the comic, the graphic novel that they put into this, from the acting, from the writing, from the imaginative dream stuff, is so spot on. I mean, you watch it and you feel like you're dreaming, right? I have to say that this was a fantastic show, and I was so happy with it. Watching it, it was just really a good time. And because of that, it has actually been one of the top rated shows on Netflix. But not only was it like doing very, very well, but out of nowhere, I don't know why that commercial just popped up. Out of nowhere, Netflix dropped a surprise episode for Sandman. So if you already finished watching Sandman and you thought it was done, go on back, because there's another episode right there. It's episode 11, and that episode is actually a 2-part episode. The first part is like an animated story about cats and dreams and stuff like that, and then a second one it's like another adventure of Sandman. But yeah, it is absolutely a very interesting story, a cautionary tale, so to speak. So I would highly recommend watching Sandman in the first place. But beyond that, these bonus episodes, well, there's one episode that has 2 bonus episodes all in one. Mwah. Good stuff. If you like the series, you're gonna like this new episode. Shout out to Netflix for doing that. I actually think that they should do more of that. Like, yo, I have no problem if I get done watching the show and you want to surprise me with a little bit more stuff just out of nowhere. That great. Thank you very much. Fantastic stuff right there. So please go ahead and go watch Sandman if you haven't already. This isn't like a full official review, but if I had to give it a rating, man, Sandman is like at a 9, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Like this show is very, very good. Like for something straight out of someone's imagination like that, my goodness, just as good as the book. But anyway, y'all go check that out, and let me know what you thought about Sandman. If you have seen it, please let me know in the comments down below. All right. Wait. I got Marcus J. Thank you so much. That's another top supporter of the channel right there. My man says Sandman is fire. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And you are absolutely right. Yes, indeed, it is. What else? Who else I got? I got someone else. I saw there we go. My man Buzz. Guess I'll be going back to Sandman. Yes, please do. I mean, listen, like if you liked American Gods, if you like the fairy, I don't even want to say fairy tale, but like, just this is just pure imagination. And you know what? Let me also mention this show with the special effects, with the visual effects and the CGI and the acting and all that. This is one of the reasons why when we get something this good, I don't want to hear the excuses when other shows suck so bad. This is like this is why I be telling people when you see something good, we don't need to accept mediocrity. We don't have to accept bad shows and be like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad. Nah, because if we can get something as good as that, then you can, that's the new standard. If they took their time, because the Sandman was supposed to come out years ago, but it kept getting delayed, kept getting pushed back for whatever reason, etc., etc. But yo, I've told y'all, I will wait for quality, and this is quality. So anyway, if you haven't watched it, go ahead and check it out. And my goodness, if this ain't a reason to let VFX artists have all the time they need to get the job done, I don't know what is. Because what they did with this show, smashed. They killed it. They did the job. They knew the assignment. Okay. Anyway, that's my praise for Sandman. Sandman was great. Let's see. My man Puma, what's up? Hey, Recast fam, it's Freaky Friday, and let the fun begin. Recast the child of Sandman trying to be in the club singing. It's not over. Tekken tonight. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for that, Puma Lee. Who else? Marcus J. Too soon for Sandman spoilers? I wouldn't. I would say so, only because again, this is why I don't like the binging model. It's too hard for people to watch things at the same time. Like, I watched Sandman in probably like a week. Some people probably watch it in a couple days. Some people haven't started it. So I don't know. I'm not gonna spoil it right now. I don't think people should spoil it, because I just saw a couple comments from people that they about to start it now. So I don't want to ruin nobody's experience with it. So I'm not going to spoil it. But I would definitely recommend that people go ahead and check it out. All right, let's move on. Y'all remember this movie, Ferris Bueller? Apparently, they are going to do a spin-off movie for this. And it is going to be coming from the creators of Cobra Kai. Now, okay, first of all, this is, I believe, the first spinoff from John Hughes movie. He's done a whole lot of other things, Weird Science and The Breakfast Club and stuff like that. Really good stuff. But apparently what they're going to do is call this Sam and Victor's Day Off, and it's going to follow the same day adventure of the titular valets who took the Ferrari on a joyride in the Matthew Broderick star. Let's see, in the original film, the valet attendants were not given official names. They were played by Richard Edson and Larry Jenkins, who died in 2019. Okay. Now, I haven't watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off in, years. But this is a classic. This is one of those movies that, when it came out, it really, John Hughes right now is like probably one of the best when it comes to those teenage driven focused movies or whatever, at least for the 80s, right? And I don't know, like the valets, like that's what you about to do a spinoff from? Like, was that necessary? Is that what, like, were people asking for that? Because I'm just hold on, like here go the valets. Let me see if I got a picture of the valets. So these, if y'all remember the movie, they're gonna do a spinoff off of these two. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like so y'all gonna do this from what, 1986? Why? You know what? I don't know. Listen, the people that did Cobra Kai clearly have a good sense, because Cobra Kai is good. I haven't finished Cobra Kai. I've only watched like the first season, so I'm not gonna act like I know everything about it. At the same time, Cobra Kai is really popular, and the fact that they're taking care of this, like, okay, I guess if they're gonna be the creatives, I guess, but the valets, like, did they really demand a spinoff? I don't know. I think I'm gonna be on a wait and see with this. I don't really see myself watching this. I think this is gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let people watch it, and if it ends up being good, if there's some hype, okay, maybe I'll jump on later. But I can't say I'm too interested in this. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. Again, I haven't really seen Ferris Bueller in a long time. I didn't even remember the valets. Like, I honestly forgot all about them. But they're doing a spinoff for them. So y'all let me know. Is this something that you're interested in? Is this something that you would be willing to give a shot? Does it help that the Cobra Kai creators are the ones that are going to be behind it? You know, they've taken Karate Kid, something from the 80s, and they've done something great with that. Can they do it with this even more niche 80s spinoff characters that I don't know if people even remember? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. Let's see. I got a quick comment here from my man Chief. What's going on, sir? I guess supporting characters are the wave. Ooh. Well, we'll find that out. We'll find out if supporting characters, apparently people like supporting characters. I didn't know that was the thing. Supporting characters leading their own stuff. Let's see where that goes. I don't know. But thank you so much, Chief. I appreciate you. All right, let's move on. Okay. Speaking of stuff that nobody asked for, did y'all watch R.I.P.D.? Like, that was the movie with who was it? Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds. Do y'all remember this? Like, this little wannabe MIB Men in Black, but they were ghosts, like, show or whatever. So apparently, and I don't know which one of y'all asked for this, but apparently they're gonna have a sequel, and it's gonna be coming from Universal, titled R.I.P.D. 2 Rise of the Damned. All right, now I need one of y'all to fess up. Which one of y'all asked for this? Like, who and why? Did this movie even do very well? I don't remember this movie doing anything. I don't remember this movie making any type of noise back in 2013? But they trying to do a sequel? Yikes. Okay. They said, hold on. They said, nevertheless, this largely forgotten member of the comic book movie genre is being resurrected. It's definitely forgotten, because I sure did not know where this came from, why, who, what, where. Like, I read somewhere else that they said something like, this was secretly done. It was secretly put into production. And I'm sitting there like, if you have to secretly put a movie through to get it produced, there might be a problem. There might be a problem. Like, if you had to kind of like sneak through the back door just to get your movie out, I don't know if that's a good sign. Whew. Anywho, y'all excited for R.I.P.D. 2 Rise of the Damned? Is that something you looking forward to? Please let me know if that's what you want, and if you are willing to go to the theaters to go see it, or maybe it goes straight to streaming. Like, I don't know, is Ryan Reynolds coming back? Is Jeff Bridges coming back? I don't know. But anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about R.I.P.D. 2, and if that's even something on y'all radar. I don't know. It ain't on mine though. Let's see who we got. Kev, thank you so much. It's a ass boss. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that, Kev. Appreciate you. Let's move on. I told y'all we're gonna be moving today because I got baby girl's birthday, so I gotta go down and show my face a little more. Who else? Oh man, we just gonna keep on with the remakes and the sequels, huh? Well, looks like we about to get us another Wizard of Oz. We last got, what was the last reboot? I think the last remake of Wizard of Oz was, I think it was just called Oz. Wasn't that the James Franco one or something like that, where he was the Wiz or something like that? I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why, but apparently the Wizard of Oz needs a remake. But this is the part that kind of got me. They're gonna have the Blackish creator Kenya Barris to direct the Wizard of Oz remake at Warner Brothers. There's no details on like what they're going to do with this. Like, I don't know if this is a modern day version. Like, is this going to be kind of like The Wiz, except in modern times? And it's Kenya Barris. Like, Kenya Barris is a writer, primarily. He's primarily a writer, and a producer. He will produce, he will write. He did Blackish. Blackish is phenomenal, right? Blackish is one of the best shows on television. You know, I was very sad to see that it ended, but it was still a great series, right? And even his little spinoffs, Mixish and stuff like that, great, fine, cool, awesome. I understand. But when he started writing like movies and stuff, I think he did the Coming to America 2, the sequel. I don't know. Actually, let's look at his IMDb real quick. So as a writer, let's see. He's doing White Man Can't Jump, the sequel. He did Cheaper by the Dozen, which I think was okay. He did The Witches, that was okay. Coming to America, man, I don't know. He did Shaft, that was okay. Girls Trip. Now, Girls Trip was cool. That Girls Trip was cool. But this is the thing. He was writing all these things. As a director, he only got 3 credits. And he's only directed 2 episodes on TV and 3 episodes from Black AF and Black-ish. And he's going to do You People, but that ain't even out yet. So, I mean, y'all about to give him pretty much, I would say, this feels like a directorial, not a debut, but like this is really going to be his second full feature movie whenever this You People comes out. I'm cautious. I'll just say that. I'm very, very cautious. I don't know what he's about to do. I don't know what this is about. But I cannot say that this has my full confidence that it's going to be all that great. I think his comedy can be hit or miss. It is spot on. It's spot on in Blackish, but the other stuff that he's done, not so much. Not so much. So I don't know. Maybe y'all have more faith. Maybe y'all have seen more things that he's done. Are you a little bit more excited for a Wizard of Oz coming from Kenya Barris that he's going to be directing? Will you give it a chance? I don't know. I just can't say I'm terribly excited for this. Like, I saw this and I kind of cringed a little bit. Like, this is what y'all want to do? I guess. Okay. All right. All right. But anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Wizard of Oz remake in the comments. Let's see. I got Marcus J. Just send it all back. All of it. I know, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, this ain't like the best of news. But y'all know I try to get the bad news out first. So yeah. I'm not one thing so far has really got me like, can't wait to see this. So yeah, I don't know. Marcy X, hello. You know what's up. Oh boy, hold on. Y'all know Marcy got to keep the lights on here. Let's see what Marcy done blessed us with today. Let's see. Oh my God, come through, Marcy. Oh, Marcy with the $100 cash app, but with a twist, not for you, for the birthday girl. Thank you so much, Marcy. I will absolutely pass this on to her and let her know. I will say thank you on her behalf because she's having fun with her friends right now. But thank you. I will absolutely let her know and pass that on to her because she's always like, Daddy, can I have some money? Daddy, I'm like, yo, didn't I just give you like $50 like the other day? Like, what you do with the money last time? Okay, teenage kids, I get it. Y'all trying to live y'all lives. All right, whatever. But I'm pretty sure she will absolutely appreciate that. So thank you, Marcy, for that for sure. By the way, let me also say thank you so much. This is from Patrice. Thank you so much for the $20 cash app. Says here for Recast T'Challa dues. Thanks for all the hard work. Thank you so much. I'm gonna send some love right back. Thank you for that. And by the way, there are no actual dues for Recast T'Challa. I don't want nobody thinking that like they're like, no, ain't no dues, but I appreciate the contribution. Thank you so much. Let's see, Marcus back at it. Who asked for Wiz-ish? Wiz-ish. I see what you did there. I know, right? I don't know what that. I don't know, but people, he got a gig. He got the job. I don't know why, but I don't know. You know what? Look, I'll try and put the best spin on it. Maybe it's going to be something very unique. Maybe it's going to be something very modern. Maybe he does something like what people were talking about with Get Out. I think some people were saying that they wanted to see a white person like get put in like a black situation or black neighborhood or something like that, and like that was an out of body experience or something like that. Maybe that's what he's gonna do. I don't know. We don't know the plot, we don't know the story, we don't know the angle, but I can only hope for the best. Thank you so much for that, Nelson. The 07 Oz was good. I check out Barris's show. Okay, all right. I don't really remember the 07 one. I think I saw it and I just forgot about it right then and there. So it didn't really leave that much of an impression for me. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, snaps. Hold on. We got Marcellus. Thank you so much. This is from Mr. Crush. Thank you so much. $72 on the Cash App for the birthday girl. Thank you on her behalf. I will absolutely pass this on to her. She watches the show, so it's not like I can, I can't take. She's gonna be like, Daddy, where the money, Daddy. So I already know. But thank you so much for that. She appreciates it, and I appreciate it as well. Thank you, Minister Crush. Let's see. We got Famous J. What's up, E-Man, E-Fam? I would love to see a remake of Buck and the Preacher. Okay. With Jonathan Majors as Buck and Regina King as the Preacher. That'd be dope. I'd watch that. I would totally watch that. I think that'd be great. Thank you so much for that, Famous J. Appreciate you. All right, let's move on. Let's see. We got Hunger Games. Y'all remember Hunger Games, right? That was the Jennifer Lawrence movie and all that. If you did not know, they are doing a prequel to the Hunger Games. And in the prequel, this is basically gonna follow what's the guy's name? Snow, the big bad guy in the first in the trilogy, right? They're gonna follow his character when apparently he was a hero. Apparently he was a good guy and then later turned bad or whatever. So this prequel is gonna take place I think during the 10th annual Hunger Games at that point. So this is like very early in the past. And the news that we just got for this is that we finally know who the villain is going to be and who's going to play the villain. And it is none other than the Queen, Viola Davis. She is going to join the Hunger Games prequel as the villain, and she is going to be, what is her name? Volumnia Gall, Dr. Gall. She's going to be the head game maker of the 10th annual Hunger Games. So listen, this, I don't even know how much, like this to me is just like if you were to tell me Giancarlo's going to be the villain in something. I'm not worried about Viola Davis. The minute you told me Viola was attached, I'm like, y'all just want a good movie. So y'all just want a good villain. Okay, cool. I'm in. I'm fine. This sounds good to me. Now I have not read the books. I don't really know very much about it. I did read this little quick synopsis, which I kind of gave you earlier. This is going to follow the 18-year-old Snow as he was part of like a family that was like all proud and stuff, and they've fallen on hard times. So of course he's got to go into the Hunger Games to regain their pride and all that. So and again, like I said, this is going to be a prequel to all the Jennifer Lawrence stuff. But the big news here is that they have Viola Davis here in the lead, in the role of the villain. And we already know that she can do this in her sleep. I mean, Amanda Waller, we've seen her play like a wide range. We know she got the talent. So I'm here for it. I'm good with this. Y'all let me know. Does this pique your interest at all for having Viola Davis in the prequel? Were you interested in the prequel at all? Do you even like Hunger Games? I personally remember liking the first one. I think I loved the second one, but the third one fell off hard for me. Like third one, the part one, part two, and all that, it just fell off for me. I don't think I really care for it. And again, I never read the book, so I can't really speak to it in depth. But I did enjoy most of the movies, and I was actually kind of glad that it was done because I was like, okay, I got my fix. Like I'm good. But anyway, y'all let me know, how do you feel about the Hunger Games? How do you feel about the prequel to the Hunger Games? And more importantly, how do you feel about the Queen, Viola Davis, taking on the role as the villain in this movie? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, what do we have here? MJ, what you got? Regina King is underratedly funny. She's underrated? Who's underrated? Like, Regina King is hilarious. Oh yes, absolutely. The Boondocks, come on now. Like, yes, she is absolutely funny. For real. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Let's see, Marcus J. Just sitting here waiting on an original idea. I don't know if we're gonna have that, bro. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have that anytime soon. Thank you so much for that, though. Let's see. All right, let's move on to the next one. I told you we finna fly through these here. We just talked about not having original ideas. Y'all remember Saw? So Saw, I don't even know where Saw left off. What Saw is? I've seen all the Saws, and I think after Saw 5, 6, 7, 8, 3D, like I don't know, but y'all, they better do another Saw. They about to do another Saw. Which one of y'all asked for this? Who? Like, isn't Jigsaw dead? Jigsaw died like halfway in the series. Spoiler alert. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Now, again, I'm a sucker for horror films. Even though I some of them be terrible, I still watch them. And I loved the first Saw. Wow, brilliant. Second Saw in there. Third Saw, cool. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was like, I don't know. First 3, I was in there. Because after a while, all it became was more torture porn than it did about the actual story. And once it stopped going, oh, golly. And that Chris Rock did his Jigsaw. Trash. That was terrible. And y'all wasted Sam Jackson in there. What was the point of that movie? That was so stupid. Matter of fact, that movie was so bad. I shot and recorded a review for it. And I was so frustrated with the movie, I never posted the review. I was just like, it don't deserve it. I don't care. I don't think I've ever done that for a movie before. Like, I just was like, I don't even want to see this on my feed. I don't want to see this on my timeline. It was so bad. Golly. But anyway, Spiral. That was it. Thank you, Nelson. Yeah, it was Spiral. Oh God, that was But now they doing this other movie, and it's set for Halloween in 2023, so that's next year. They got Kevin Goretto. I can't say that name. Kevin. They got Kevin G. They got Kev G. Okay, they got him back. I believe he did Saw 6, so I guess people like Saw 6 and thought it was good, and that's what they were doing. So the producers said this. Hold on. What they say? We have been listening to what the fans have been asking for and are hard at work planning a movie that Saw aficionados and horror fans alike will love. Which one of y'all said this to them? I'm looking at all of y'all. Who is the one that's been talking to these people? They said they was listening to fans. Where these fans at? What? Is it y'all? Who? It was Mac. Look at that, Mac Cruz. It was you. See? Okay. Let this be trash. Mac, we gonna come talk to you once. If it's trash, we coming for you. SJ, you too? A2 Brute, you too? Man, okay. If that's what y'all feel, if that's how y'all feel, woo. I hope y'all get it. Listen, everything about this, and we don't know the details and nothing like this. This sound like it's about to go straight to streaming. If it comes out in theaters and they want top of the line money for it, no, we not gonna do that. We just can't. No thanks. Oh gosh. All right. Anyway, y'all let me know, how do you feel about a new Saw movie coming out? I'm sorry, it must be remake week. I don't know. Remake sequel week. How do y'all feel about that? Are you interested in yet a continuation of the Saw franchise? I have no idea where the hell they're gonna go with it now. They done killed everybody, and every plot twist went left, right, copycat, this, that, what up. Like, man, they've been like just milking that cut forever. But anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about the next Saw movie, and if that's something you actually interested in the comments down below. All right, Puma, what you got? Viola is plus. List. So I'm in. Gonna ask what's up with the blurred shirt. Isn't that the dude with the ring in his nose? Saw should get a final axe from Jason. Let's see. Yes, first of all, Viola is A-list 110%. The blurred shirt, I am going to make that available. I think I just added it to my merch store. And for people that don't know, a blurred is just a black nerd. That's what it is. I don't know if somebody else calls themselves that, but no, blurred is a black nerd, which I am proudly. So that's that. If you go into the link in my description on my videos, the merch store, you can find it. I just added it today. So if you want one, you can get one right there. But thank you so much for that, Puma. I appreciate you. Treble Clef, what's going to release the HeMan cut? I want to hear the rant. I gotta find it. I hope I didn't delete it. I have to go find it, search my hard drive, see if it's still on there. Maybe I'll drop it. I don't know. It's old, but my God, I hated that movie. Oh, I was in the theater like, that's that. This gonna happen. That's gonna happen. That's how y'all end it? Man, get out of here. I was so done with that. Bohawk, Bohawk, thanks for that. Release the Spiral review cut. I'll see if I can find it. Thank you for that. Thank you both for that. I'll see if I can find it, but I don't know. Let's see. Ray Guns. Nobody checking for that. Okay. All right. I get it. That's fine. I get it. Marcy, what'd you say? You don't do horror movies? Okay. Hey, that's fine. I understand. Yo, know your lane and stay in it. You know what I'm saying? If that ain't for you, that's okay. No shame in that. Let's see. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's move on to like some good news. I do always like to if I hear some good stuff, if I hear some positive news from some actors or people in Hollywood doing some good things, I absolutely want to highlight that whenever, because the world needs more of it. So of course I'm gonna put a light on that, and right now it's going to Chris Pratt. For whatever reason, I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't even follow why the case is, but people have been getting on Chris Pratt for a long time. I think they've been getting on him as like the worst Chris. They've been getting on him for religious reasons and all this other stuff. He's been getting dragged for a minute, right? But the people that know him be like, no, he's like actually a really stand-up dude. And we actually have a testimony about that. And it comes from Bryce Dallas Howard, if you recall, the co-star from Jurassic World. And she said that, I made so much less money than Chris on Jurassic World sequels, but he fought for equity. So she says here the reports were so interesting because I was paid so much less than the reports even said, so much less. When I started negotiating for Jurassic, it was 2014 and it was a different world. And I was at a great disadvantage. And unfortunately, you have to sign up for 3 movies. And so your deals are set. What I will say, she goes on, is that Chris Pratt and I have discussed it. And whenever there was an opportunity to move the needle on such that hadn't already been negotiated, like a game or a ride, he literally told me, you guys don't have to do anything. I'm going to do all the negotiating. We're going to get paid the same, and you don't have to think about this. She goes on to say, I love him so much for doing that. I really do, because I've been paid more for those kinds of things than I ever was for the movie. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, yo, shout out to Chris Pratt. Now, let's be clear about something here. Chris Pratt was the lead of the movie. Okay. And the leads are typically always going to get paid more than everybody else. That's just the way it works. So it's, now it's different if, let's say, they were co-stars, if they were on the same level, and then there was a pay difference. Now, even at that point, sometimes there's a certain rate for actors. So let's say, for example, you're The Rock. The Rock is one of the highest paid actors out there, right? So if you're The Rock, you're going to have a certain rate because that's what you command at that point. And people can't pay you less than that rate. At least typically they can't. So if he says, yo, my going rate is 15 million, I'm sorry, but if you're, Amber Heard and you trying to come in, you're not going to get 15 million, even if you're the co-star. You're just not going to get that. Now, contracts and stuff can be negotiated and things can be changed. Sure, The Rock could be like, yo, give Amber Heard the same money. Okay, I guess, but there is a going rate here, right? And there is also discrimination in Hollywood where there is the belief that, women are not as good as the male actors, and women will get discriminated against. People of color, Black folks especially, will also get discriminated against. Viola Davis has talked about this as well. So, the pay discrimination is a thing. But the mere fact that we hear that these actors such as Chris Pratt, I mean, Will Smith did it for he got a bump in pay for his co-stars, especially the female co-stars in his last movie, the Serena Williams and Venus movie. Who else did it? So Will Smith did it. I don't think Keanu Reeves did it, but I know he did something where he paid people something. I think he also did something like that. Benedict Cumberbatch has done that as well, where he would like fight for equal pay for the women co-stars and stuff. So, listen, I like the fact that Pratt did this. This was really stand-up of him. He didn't have to. I'm just saying, like, he could have just sat there and be like, that's your problem. Sorry. Go talk to your agent or whatever. But he stepped up, got her more money on other things, and got her more money than she got before. And I think that's actually pretty cool. So shout out to him. Oh, yes, Chadwick Boseman. Thank you for that. Chadwick Boseman also did that for his co-stars too. Shout out to Chadwick as well. So yes, this is a great move. I love that this happened. And shout out to Chris Pratt for doing that. Y'all let me know, how do you feel about Chris Pratt going out there and getting a little bit more money for his co-stars and working on their behalf? Let me know, does this change your opinion of him? Maybe your opinion never changed in the first place. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, now, whoa, yikes. So I have had a mixed relationship when it comes to the Snyderverse and more specifically Batman v Superman. I did a review on Batman v Superman a long time ago, and at first, at that time, let me just say, I was a very young critic. Okay. I was a young critic. I was still, still had some milk behind my ears. Like I was still, I was still young with it. And my critiques were not as refined. My process was not as refined. And I came out there like, yeah, Batman v Superman. Woo! And the problem was the fact that after time went over and all that, I started to realize like it wasn't that the movie was that great to me. It was just the fact that I was excited to see Batman and Superman on the same screen, on the big screen. Like that was the first time we ever seen that. That blew my mind. And because it blew my mind, I completely forgot to look at the actual quality of the movie. Like everything just like left me, right? But one thing that I never liked and I never cared for in Batman v Superman, the extended cut, whatever, was Alexander Luthor, played by Jesse Eisenberg. I never cared for his portrayal of whatever that was. And even in the extended cut, where I will admit the extended cut was better, it was better than the theatrical version. The Alexander Luthor thing lost me completely. I did not like his portrayal. I did not like the writing for his character. I didn't like his acting. I didn't like none of it. Thought it was over the top. I thought it didn't make sense. It was just not for me. So Jesse Eisenberg was recently asked about it at a film festival. And apparently he said he would be shocked if his Lex Luthor ever returns. Sir, you and me both. You and me both would be shocked because I would absolutely not want him to come back whatsoever. Just no thank you. No thank you. Well, let's read what he had to say. I'd be shocked if I wound up in a DC movie, but it would be a pleasant shock. Listen, I'm not a comic book fan. To me, it was not playing a role that I'd envisioned since childhood. To me, it was a chance to play this great character that this great writer wrote, and I love doing that. So to play it is a joy. To not play it isn't something that I'm going to be ashamed to tell my kids about, because that is not an important genre in my life, even though I love doing the movie. Cool. Bye. Like, okay. The moment he said I'm not a comic book fan and all that, bro, you told me everything you need to say. Everything I need to know, I could tell. Because whatever the hell you put on screen, calling that Alexander Luthor, bro, kick rocks. And respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, I like Jesse as an actor. Like, phenomenal in The Social Network. I loved him, and Now You See Me. But Lex, bro, that wasn't for you. That just was not for you. So, yeah, he can miss me with this. I'm very, very fine if he does not want to come back. I'm very fine if we never, ever, 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 ever see this character come back either. Thank you for your service, but goodbye. I'm straight. But anyway, y'all let me know, how do you feel about Lex maybe coming back? Would you want to see him come back? Did you like Jesse Eisenberg's version? Maybe you did. I mean, people got different tastes. Some people loved it. I'm just not one of them people. Y'all let me know how you felt about that. And if you would like to see his character come back, I'd be very interested in hearing why. just why. All right. Thank you. Let's see. Let's move on. James Bond. So we've talked about this for different reasons. And James Bond, as you know, the character, Daniel Craig is done playing the character, right? And because he's done playing the character, if you've watched the most recent No Time to Die, at the very end of the movie, at the credits, it's rolling and it says James Bond will return. They wanted to make sure that you knew that James Bond, the character, was going to get recast and he was going to return. Why? Because they got to preserve the legacy. Because I've told y'all many times, Recasting preserves the legacy of the character and all the actors that come before them. Yes. So we gonna get a new James Bond, and of course, it's easy for people to throw names out there, right? Like people talk about who the next James Bond could be, and I want you to pay attention to this conversation. Do you hear anyone talk about, I don't know, Daniel Craig tarnishing the legacy of Sean Connery, or I don't know, Timothy Dalton, or anyone like are legacies ever tarnished in James Bond at all? I guess maybe you could talk about continuity, but do we really care about continuity? Because I think when people look at the screen and they see James Bond, it's just James Bond. Whether it's connected or not, do people really care? I don't think so. Do you ever hear about people sitting here talking about, if you put another James Bond up there, people gonna argue. People gonna argue about who's the best James Bond. Has it ever been an argument? Like people been heated over who the next James Bond is, or has it been like a playful conversation? Man, that's your James Bond. Okay, cool. I like that James Bond. With all of that said, a lot of people have tossed a lot of names out there. Some people have wanted Henry Cavill to play James Bond. Personally, I don't think he has the range to do that. And yes, I have seen Man from Uncle. Yes, I have seen Witcher. I have seen enough from him in his career to come to the opinion that I don't believe he has that acting range. I have personally said that give me Tom Hiddleston, Loki. I think he would surprise people. If you watch Kong Skull Island, that's all you need to see that this man can be suave and he could do the action all at the same time. So that's my personal pick. But of course, another famous pick, a popular pick, has been Idris Elba. A lot of people have been saying, yo, Idris Elba needs to be James Bond. I'd be totally cool with that as well, right? Of course, some people, oh, but James Bond, he's not supposed to be black. Stop it. His race ain't really all that important. All James Bond needs to be is a man and British. And that is James Bond. That is Idris Elba, right? So the producers of the Bond series, they've come out and they've talked about how they've had talks with him. They've considered it. But it doesn't look like that might happen. Because apparently, according to a new rumor for the next James Bond, the producers kind of want him to be a little bit younger. And unfortunately, that rules out Henry Cavill and Idris Elba. I mean, Henry Cavill's like in his mid-30s, give or take. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. Like, he's still kind of, because apparently they want someone that's going to be there for a long time. And that's why they want to go with a younger version. So Idris Elba, I mean, my man's about to hit, I think he's 50 already. I think. I don't know if you could do a lot of James Bond movies with him. Personally, if you just gave me a one-off, just a one single movie with him, I'd be fine with it. Henry Cavill, I mean, again, my man's in his 30s. Like, how young do y'all really need? So here's what ended up, what was said. And this comes from another reporter, I believe. The latest rumor, and in some ways, part of this is very much true, which is basically the Bond producers are looking for a younger Bond, someone probably in their 30s. At the end of the day, they want someone who will be Bond for the next 3 movies. For the franchise, they want someone who will carry it through the same way Daniel Craig did it. The other thing they're saying is they have to be taller than 5'10". Oh, okay. So what we got? We got some stats here. Thank you. Let's go with this. Okay, Henry Cavill's 39, Elba's 49. Okay, well, if he's 49, he can't do 3 movies. 3 movies, he's gonna be pushing his 60s. Like, because 3 movies can take about 10 years, give or take. If Henry Cavill is 39 or whatever, personally, I don't think it matters, because I think by the time Henry Cavill turns 50, he'll still be, he'll still look good enough to play James Bond, but and the fact that they want him over 5'10", I like how tall does he need to why is he gotta be so tall? Hold on, let me see. Uh I didn't say Tom Holland, did I? I think I said Tom Hiddleston. Okay. I think I said Tom Hiddleston. I hope I did, not Tom Holland. But anyway, um, damn. So Tom Hiddleston is actually 41. Damn. Okay. So that rules him out. Who else is there? Daniel Craig. Okay, let's go with the other guy, Ray J. Jean Page, because a lot of people have been talking about him as well. Y'all remember him, Mr. Bridgerton and all that. He's 34. Okay. I guess. I guess he could do it. Do we have a height for him? How I know he's tall. Let's see. 5'11". Oh, he just made it. He just made it. Okay. So, look, I'm not opposed if they do that. My guess is that they might do a Bond prequel. That's my guess. I think that if they go with James Bond as being younger, I don't know why the taller makes a difference at all, because when it comes to height, camera angles and camera shots, they make up for all of that. It really does not matter. If the and on top of that, most actors in Hollywood are already short. So it really does not, it's not that big of a deal. Like if you're 6'1", if you're over 6 feet, you look like a giant on screen. Like if I were to be on screen, I would look like a giant. You know what I'm saying? Just because everybody is so short. So a lot of that stuff is relevant, or relative, I should say. But yeah, okay, so it looks like maybe they gonna go with somebody younger. I think they might be trying to do a young James Bond, maybe like how he became 007, maybe what he had to do to earn the mantle of 007. I guess that could make some sense. But I don't know, y'all let me know, how do you feel about a young James Bond being looked for? How do you feel about them looking for, passing up someone like Idris Elba? I mean, this does kind of rule out Idris. It rules out Henry Cavill, and it might rule out some of your other favorite actors that you wanted to see as James Bond. And yeah, feel free to let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right. Let's see. I got my man Didier. They tried to make him Mark Zuckerberg Luther. Yes, for Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah, they tried that. Bro, first of all, he lost me the second he started eating that Jolly Rancher. The moment he popped that Jolly Rancher, I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out. I don't want to go there. I don't want to get stressed. I'm good. But yes, that no, didn't like it. No, 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 no. But yeah, they did try to make him do that, for sure. Let's see who else. Puma. Idris passed on Bond, I think. Tom Loki, or the dude that plays Alexander on Days of Our Lives. I haven't watched that in a long time. Would be a great Bond recast T'Challa. Okay, I'll take your word for that. Let's see. Mark, what you got? If they're looking for someone young, please cast Damson Idris. That man will be my James Bond for life. Is Damson like tall? Let me see. Damson Idris height. I don't know if he's very tall. Oh, he is. My man, 6'1". Hey. Okay, 6'1", and he's 30. Okay. Hey, he can do it. He can do it. He can do it. It sounds like he fit. Sound like he fit the profile they looking for. British, male, 6'1". Go for it. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Good one, Matt. Good one. So yeah, I could totally see that. Cynthia, I see you agree. Damson Idris is James Bond. I'm totally down for that too. I'm totally down with that. Let's see. Jen, what you got? I love Many Penny spinoff series on Amazon Prime starring Naomi Harris. I think there are possibilities. I'm fine with that. Like, look, I have no problem with spinoff series if they want to do that. I can't be totally honest with you in terms of it being top of my interest, just because they haven't really built up the supporting characters, and I don't always know if the supporting characters have that much depth or enough depth to grab my interest, right? Because to be honest with you, I'd be okay with a spin-off series of other 007s, but nobody really cares about mantles. I'm surprised that they haven't done that they're not looking for another 007. They want another James Bond. But hey, if they do a mini penny one and if that's more interesting, I'm fine with it. I actually like Naomi Harris. She's a fantastic actress. So that could work. It could work. I just hope that they give us something really meaningful in there. I need a good story. I need a good story because I already know if you do a mini penny story, a lot of people gonna be sitting there thinking, "Where's James Bond?" Like that. I think a lot of people are gonna gravitate to that. So you're gonna have to really give her a solid story that might be disconnected from the agency or something else. I don't know, but I think that would be possible. That would be possible. Let's see. Who else do we have? Marcy, what you got? I think Henry Golding could make a great Bond. Sure. Let's see. Where's Henry at? Henry is at 6'1", 35. Yup. That's a good ringer. Yup. He can do it too. Yeah, that works. That works. So it's definitely not that hard to apparently find some good quality talent out there. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's move on. We are almost done. Man, we're making some great time. Okay, I might actually have some time to go get some cake. Who knows? All right. First of all, let me just say I absolutely love Young Justice. Young Justice on HBO Max is a fantastic show. When it comes to DC animated stuff, this is where DC like runs circles around Marvel, right? And Young Justice is no different. The first 3 seasons are phenomenal. Like they are just really, really good. The latest season 4, it's still good, but I will say that, and how can I say this? Because I don't want to get into it's too woke. I don't like that because I think that's always stupid. Um, I don't think people articulate what they think when they say that properly, right? What I will say is that they do take social concepts and they make them too simplistic, in my opinion, rather than weaving them naturally and authentically throughout the story and the characters. They make them feel like PSAs, like after school specials. And that's the part that kind of turns me off because in a sense it almost feels a little insulting. It's kind of like I get it. This character wants to go by pronouns. I get that. Oh, this character is dealing with racial discrimination. I get that. Like I don't know if maybe they think they're still talking to kids because the way this show is designed, it's clearly for older audiences, especially with the things and topics that they deal with. So that's my criticism with it is that it feels like it's talking down too much. I don't have a problem with the type of conversation. I just don't like the way that they go about it. However, with that said, it's still a great show. And this news got me, I don't like it. I don't like it. Young Justice, HBO Max has no plans for a 5th season. Well, then listen, HBO Max, go get some. Go make some plans. What's the problem? This is actually a good show. This is actually something you should be planning for. Do y'all remember when Young Justice made it to Netflix? And Netflix was like, I don't know, maybe we'll do another season. And people was like, yo, you better run that back. And then Netflix came back and was like, well, yo, if people were to rewatch it and pump up the numbers on Netflix, maybe then we'll go ahead and renew the season. And guess what? People went on, I'm people, by the way, and left that sucker on repeat Netflix, are you still wait? Yup, keep playing. I'm gone. I ain't even watching because I wanted them to renew the season, and they did that. And then, of course, it went back to HBO Max. But that's the thing. The show has legs. The show is good. I know Zaslav and them are making all these decisions and stuff, but yo, this one right here should be a no-brainer. Y'all better go make some plans. Go sit in the room, figure it out. This ain't hard. Sheesh. Anyway, y'all let me know. Do y'all even watch Young Justice? Do y'all like it? How do you feel about it? Let me know. If you want to see another story, if you want to see another fifth season for it. I mean, the way they kind of left it hanging, it kind of needs a fifth season. So I really hope they get off this nonsense and go ahead and make some plans and just look. Y'all got a whole 10-year reset plan. This better be part of it. Y'all better get on that. Shoot. All right. Y'all want to cancel Batgirl, but you can't think about Young Justice. Stop playing. Marcus J, looking at Young Justice. Thank you so much for that support. Back at it. Hey, bro, Young Justice would slap on Toonami. Yes, it would. Absolutely, it would. But HBO Warner, they own it. So, but yes, it absolutely would. Totally agree with you on that. Tyra, what you got? I'm ready to go to war about Young Justice. If they take off Harley Quinn, boy, I'm about to be worse than Snyder fans. I'm outside the studio. Listen, they knew Harley Quinn was a hit, and it is a hit. Like, Harley Quinn is actually a really good show. Like, I love Harley Quinn. I haven't watched the newest season, but that show is hilarious. It is so good. But I'm like, if y'all knew Harley Quinn was great, why don't y'all have the same energy for Young Justice? Like, it's just as good. You listen, I'll be right outside with you. I'll be right there with you. But y'all let me know, how do you feel about Young Justice and having no plans so far for a renewal? Let me know in the comments down below. All right. What else we got? We got some more DC news. Aquaman. All right. Now, we talked about Aquaman 2. It's been delayed. It's been pushed back. They're doing reshoots. The director, James Wan, has come out and said that it's actually a good thing. It was almost a blessing in disguise that they had to do like touches and stuff like that, because the VFX were not done. So they pushed it to next year, I believe. They're gonna go ahead. It comes out on March 17th, 2023. But they want to do a little bit more with it. But I don't know about this update now. Jason Momoa, I like him as an actor in some roles. Not for everything, but like for some things he's really, really good at, right? And we talked about how, I think it was a couple weeks ago, he spilled the beans that Ben Affleck, Batman, was going to return and show up in Aquaman 2. He spoiled it, whatever. So it was supposed to be Michael Keaton, but because of the Ezra Miller stuff, which we're going to talk about, they had to switch some things up. So we know that Affleck's going to be in this Aquaman. We know it's been pushed back because they're trying to tighten things up. The first Aquaman did almost $1 billion. I think actually over $1 billion. So this is clearly something they really care about over at WB. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little worried. Aquaman 2, according to Momoa, is funnier than the original movie. It goes on to say, as part of his recent cover feature with GQ, Momoa teased a little bit of what's to come from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. The star teased that the DCEU sequel will be much funnier than the original film and will feature a throwback tone, though kept mum on further details. See what Momoa said below. He says, I have a great time with, there's a lot of, it's a throwback to, I don't want to give too much away. But we really get to speed up what is going to happen to this Earth, and it's not because of aliens. Listen, first of all, I don't know what was funny from that clip. Maybe they were gathering something that we didn't see. Maybe the video is funnier if there is a video, but I don't know what made the author think that this was funnier. But I'm just gonna say this. I hope they took some notes from Taika Waititi, Thor: Love and Thunder. The first Aquaman had maybe like one or two jokes in there here and there. And when I tell you those jokes were so forgettable, and I just did not care. And I get it. Something that ends up happening is you take the strong actors, the actors that are known for their physicality, which Jason Momoa is known for. And it's funnier to kind of give them the comedic stuff, right? I mean, this is why you see The Rock doing comedy. This is why Chris Hemsworth started doing comedy. This is why John Cena started doing comedy. It's a shtick. It's a thing that happens to work for these type of actors, right? But sometimes too much can happen. And I'm very concerned that if they trying to be funny with this, and on top of that, James Wan ain't no comedic director. Like, where's the funny coming from? The guy who did Insidious and Saw? Like, what are you? Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that. But I do not have a lot of confidence if you think that you about to dramatically change the tone of Aquaman and try to make it funny. Because I've never known any Aquaman property outside of people that made fun of Aquaman to be related to humor. So I hope that this is like one or two jokes. But if they trying to go overboard with it, and if they trying to make this, if they're trying to do the comedy that the theatrical Justice League did, the Joss Whedon cut, if they trying to do that, where you got Jason Momoa walking, my man, like, oh yeah, like it, bro, you could have kept that. We don't need that guy. No thanks. Oh, what are they doing at WB? I thought y'all had a plan. I thought y'all had a whole plan. Where's y'all Kevin Feige? Y'all need to get people in on this. Y'all need somebody at the top to be like, no, stop. That's dumb. Now, I will still go watch it and give it a shot. I will go see what happens. But what are y'all doing? Funnier Aquaman? Why? For what? I don't know. Listen, like I said, I just hope that they do not go the route that Thor: Love and Thunder did. I do not think that it needs more comedy. I'm just not a fan of like sequels changing tones like out of nowhere. Because when you watch a movie and it sets a tone, when you change it up like that, it's like now you're talking to an entirely different audience. Now the audience that you had, I mean, imagine if we saw Creed, the first movie, Creed, and we know where Creed came from the Rocky series, and Creed 2 was like a comedy, or they turned Creed 2 into a musical. You're talking to a whole, so everybody that's been following Rocky, everyone that's been conditioned with this certain tone, you about to alienate them just to go appeal to some whole different thing. What are y'all doing? So I'm not a fan of the tone shift. This doesn't have to be funnier. I can hope that that the funny will land. But funny is very subjective. Comedy is subjective. I'm hoping for the best. I hope for the best. But once again, this got me worried. This got me looking at DC like, what are y'all doing? I thought y'all fired everybody and y'all had some new blood. And I don't know. But y'all let me know. Do you think Aquaman 2 should be funnier? Are you okay with it being funnier? And does this entice you a little bit more to watch it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, please. All right, let's move on. Who else we got? We got my man Chief, Aquaman Ragnarok. I know, right? Thank you for that, Chief. Appreciate you. Let's see. Who else? I thought I saw somebody else. Nope. Did I miss? Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't miss nobody. Um, nope. Okay, we're all caught up. All right. What else do we have? Let's go on to. Oh, we're gonna keep it on DC. We're gonna keep it on DC. Now we have some Black Adam news. Hopefully they don't make this a comedy too. As you know, Dwayne the Rock Johnson is going to be playing Black Adam. And if you didn't know, Black Adam is pretty much, I mean, he's like an anti-hero, anti-villain. Like he's one of those characters that stays in the gray. Like sometimes he'll be good, sometimes he'll be bad, sometimes he just don't care, and he'll just beat you up just to beat you up. Like he just like that. So but he's always been the primary antagonist against Shazam. He's gone against Superman. He beat up Superman because Superman is weak against magic. But he's always been Shazam's main rival. So The Rock recently or at least in a new interview, he just revealed something about Black Adam, and it's not exactly the way that it was supposed to be. Like what we're getting is not what we were originally going to get. So what he ended up saying was that he fought to keep Black Adam out of Shazam to avoid doing a disservice to the character. Wow. Okay, so this is something he fought for. And keep in mind, The Rock is a producer on this program, on this production. So he goes on to say, when the first draft of the movie came to us, it was a combination of Black Adam and Shazam, two origin stories in one movie. Now, that was the goal, so it wasn't a complete surprise. But when I read that, I just knew in my gut, we can't make this movie like this. We would be doing Black Adam an incredible disservice. It would have been fine for Shazam having two origin stories converge into one movie, but not good for Black Adam. Okay. So let me just say this, like, bro, if you just wanted to be the main star, why didn't you just say so? Like, if you just wanted the movie to be your own and you didn't want a co-star, just say that. You think people really gonna care about whether Black Adam got a solo movie or if he's sitting here with Shazam? Like, I fully expected when Shazam was announced, I fully expected for them to be co-star. Like, I thought, like, yo, Shazam is here. Tease Black Adam, and then Black Adam was gonna rise up, and you could do something similar to how Christopher Nolan did with Heath Ledger's Joker. You can have Batman there and the Joker, even though the Joker outshined Batman there. Black Adam can still share the same screen, but bro, you a producer, and clearly you just want to be on the screen, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but just say that. Don't act like you doing a disservice to the character. This is the character that the majority of people don't really know anyway. People not gonna be like, oh no, how come we didn't have a solo Black Adam movie? People ain't gonna be talking about. They're not gonna be tripping over that. They're happy that you're reprising the role. They're just happy that you are Black Adam. I'm happy that he is Black Adam. I'm happy about that. I don't really care if it's a solo movie or if you partner with Shazam or not. I don't care. So anyway, that's funny. But and here's the other thing. I honestly don't care if you just wanted to be the main star. You The Rock. You a headliner. You a superstar. That's fine too. It's okay. Just be honest. Be honest. It's whatever. I don't know. I ain't gonna question The Rock's motives because I would never say that to his face anyway, because he's a pretty big guy. So yeah, I don't want no beef. But anyway, do y'all feel as though that it would have been a disservice? Do you agree with The Rock that it would have been a disservice to the character of Black Adam if they had done it if Black Adam and Shazam? Or do you think, a solo movie was necessary? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right. So let's keep it moving. We almost done. What else we got? Oh, we gonna keep it on. We are gonna keep it on DC. We only got two. Dang! How come I can't make all the other lives this short? Dang! Okay. Maybe the news is like okay. I don't know. I'm working. All right, y'all. So when it comes to DC, one movie that they are extremely happy for and excited about is The Flash. And when it comes to The Flash, if you've been following this channel at all, you know we have been following kind of reluctantly at most times that Ezra Miller is a problem for WBD. Ezra Miller has been accused of more crimes, has had allegations. I mean, to be honest, we'd be here all day recounting all of them. If you're new here, just go type in Ezra Miller and you could watch it on my channel. I try to give you as much news as possible, but it's almost like probably by the time we done just sitting right here talking about it, there might be more Ezra Miller news. There might be another arrest. There might be another accusation of Ezra Miller beating on somebody. There might be another allegation of Ezra Miller being a cult leader or spitting in somebody's face or grooming another kid. There's a lot when it comes to Ezra Miller. Now, one thing that I have said from the jump was, what is WB gonna do? Because WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, they have been very silent publicly about Ezra Miller, the accusations, and their actions. The only time they would speak up is when a report came out that said that they had an emergency meeting about Ezra Miller, and they came out at that point and was like, no, we ain't had no meeting. That's fake news. But they ain't say nothing else about Ezra. That was it. The issue that a lot of people might miss is the fact that Ezra Miller's accusations and troubled situations is, how do you promote a superhero movie when your actor, the face of your franchise, is acting like a villain in real life? That's a problem. Because the thing is, a lot of people have worked on this movie. Michael Keaton, Leslie Grace, I believe, who was going to be Batgirls in this. Like, a lot of actors and people have been working on this, and Ezra Miller's, actions are kind of casting a big shadow over this movie. Now, test screenings, accordingly, have said this movie is great. But again, how do you market this? What do you do? Because your main actor is out there acting a fool. So we talked about how WB gave, or at least they were discussing, 3 options on what to do with Ezra Miller. The first option was, you got to make a public apology and you got to go get help. You have to get help, make an apology, and then after that, you might do some limited press. And I've told y'all what limited press means. That's the big head, A1 press that are going to have softball questions, and that's it. Ain't nobody going to give them a hard time or ask them real questions. The second option was, we just going to act like Ezra Miller don't exist. We're going to put out the movie. We're not going to talk about him. And that's it. That was the second one. And the third one was, we're going to scrap the movie. Now, we already know that the third option wasn't going to happen because they already put like $200 million in this movie. It's already done. It's wrapped. It's ready to be shown. It's gotten positive reviews. They not about to lose that money. The second option was viable, and they were kind of sort of doing that already. However, looks like Ezra opted for the first. And Ezra Miller has come out and said that they are seeking treatment for complex mental health issues. Let's see what they said. Now this was given by a representative. So Ezra Miller's rep gave this to Variety, breaking their silence on the situation that's been going on. Ezra said it by the rep, having recently gone through a time of intense crisis, I now understand that I am suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I am committed to doing the necessary work to get back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my life. All right. So I got some questions. By the way, it also mentioned how now Ezra Miller's mother is accompanying them like wherever they go. So mama's in the picture now. I got a couple questions. First of all, where was mama when Ezra was terrorizing Hawaii or Iceland or Germany? Like what? Been a couple places. Where was Ezra's mama or just Ezra's people when this grooming allegations were happening? Where were Ezra's people at that time? Okay, you know what? Forget that. Maybe it's not your job. Maybe you didn't know. Fine. I'm curious about this. Ezra Miller's apology. What I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed with my upset past behavior. What is this one apology supposed to cover? Are you apologizing for the burglary? Are you apologizing for getting the restraining order against harassing people? Are you apologizing for hitting on women a couple times? Are you apologizing for the grooming allegations? Are you apologizing for spitting in people's faces on set for the stand? Are you apologizing for potentially being a cult leader? Are you apologizing for allowing a young child to be exposed to having even a bullet in their mouth because guns are laying around? Is that how apologies work now? I don't know. Does that one apology like cover all of that? Like, how does that work? Is it just like, man, I got about like 2 years worth and a whole rap sheet. I'm sorry for my startling behavior. I'm sorry if I alarmed anyone. Like, you were being compared to the likes of someone similar to R. Kelly. That's what Ezra Miller was approaching. Someone who's currently in jail for 30 years. I'm sorry for my alarm. Okay. Like if it was one of these situations, felony, burglary, okay, got it. If that was it, I got you. You know, got into a physical altercation with a fan or whatever. Okay, I got you. If it was one of these things, I get it. People do crazy things when they drunk. People say dumb things. Nobody's perfect. You got a long sheet of stuff. And on top of that, while I am happy, because I want to be very clear, because I've said this, and I've said this many times, Ezra Miller deserves all the help that they need. Whatever help Ezra needs, get Miller help. Whatever family he got to be around, whatever, rehab, do it. But protection? Nah. Ezra don't deserve no protection. And what do I mean by protection? What I'm talking about is there should still be consequences for your actions. I'm sorry, but the mental health excuse that gets tossed around, I'm not saying it's not legitimate for some people. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that it's harder for me to accept because when I see people of color, especially Black people, have issues, and I've never heard the mental health issue be used as an excuse for them. I don't see that. I don't see that excuse work both ways. I don't see that as an even playing field. That's why it's just a little bit harder for me to be like, oh, mental health. Okay. It's all good. Good luck in rehab. That's why it's harder for me to accept that. Because if it's a school shooter or if it's like some mass terrorist or something like that, mental health. If they're white, mental health, no big deal. But if it's like a Black person committing, I don't know, selling cigarettes, there's no big deal. It's harder for me to just accept it. That's all. I'm not even going to question the sincerity. Maybe Ezra Miller does feel sincere for their actions. Maybe that is the truth. Personally, I would have liked, for me, again, it does not have to be acceptable for anyone else, but for me, I would have liked to see an actual video apology. I still want to see a video apology even after rehab or whatever treatment Ezra is getting. We just saw Will Smith. Will Smith did like 2-3 apologies for slapping Chris Rock. And some people still can't accept that. Some people cannot accept Will Smith's apology on camera in front of millions of people that's getting national coverage multiple times. So I'm just sitting here like, I'm gonna need something a little bit better than just a pre-typed up PR savvy apology. I'd like to see Ezra on video. I'd like to see Ezra talk about the specific accusations because I don't know what you're apologizing for. There's too much stuff. What are you apologizing for? Which behavior? Which accusation? Which arrest? Which assault? What? Alarming behavior? So I wish Ezra the best. I wish Ezra a full recovery for whatever they're going through. But I'm just saying, for me personally, it's gonna take a little more time. Like I would rather see the action because listen, we all make mistakes, and any level of judgment that you even might be seeing from me is no different of a standard that I would hope that y'all would hold on me too. Of course, I'm gonna take from my Christian background. It does not say don't never judge nobody. It says judge not lest ye be judged. In other words, judge people on the same standard you would want to be judged by. And for me, if you want to apologize, if I apologize to you, I need to have some real contrition. Like I have to actually repent. I actually have to show real remorse for my actions. And then you got to see through my actions that level of contrition. That's what I need to see it. I want to see Ezra in an interview going through, like, talking about it all. I want to see Ezra putting in the work. I want to hear from some PR rep. I don't talk to that PR rep. I don't know that PR rep. We know Ezra Miller. That's the face that we seeing. That's who's in front of the camera. So I'm just saying, I'm waiting to see the reformed Ezra Miller. I'm waiting to see the Ezra Miller that takes accountability for all their actions. I'm waiting to see the work. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not questioning Ezra Miller in terms of whether or not they believe that they're, sorry, whatever. That's fine. Just saying, let's see if you really meant it through your actions and not just some random statement from a PR rep. That's all. Anyway, Y'all let me know. How do you feel about Ezra Miller's apology? And let me know, do you accept it? Does this make things better? I mean, there are people thinking like, yo, maybe Ezra is just doing this because the studio told him to. Like, studio's like, yo, you want a contract. You either gonna do this or we gonna sue you. That could happen behind the closed scenes too. We don't know. We did say that those were the 3 options that WB put down. Maybe, and that's, to be honest with you, that's another reason why I am kind of sort of questioning this. This is why I want to see like a real change of heart from Ezra Miller. Because if Ezra's only making this apology because of the potential threat of WB's pressure on them, then does Ezra really mean it? And if the accusations of Ezra are actually true, I'm talking about cult leader and all the personality stuff and the anger issues and all that stuff. If that's actually true, and if it has been going on for years, that sounds as though, if it's true, that Ezra is in way too deep. You don't go from being a potential cult leader and someone who's walking around with a bulletproof vest and guns and all this stuff. You don't go from that to, oh, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I have mental issues. That's all. I'm done. That's all. That's a hell of a transition. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna be in wait and see mode. Because right now on the surface, this comes off as a business move. This does not actually come off as we're actually sorry. So I don't know. Anywho, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below. All right. Man, I gotta hurry up. They singing happy birthday. I'm missing baby girl stuff. They gotta save me a piece of cake. All right. Let me catch up. Okay, I think I'm caught up there. Puma, what you got? This was his chance to get a solo without Kevin. Yeah, well, guess that ain't gonna happen now. Ezra is done, by the way. Like, there ain't no way Ezra gonna come back and work at DC. Like, they're done. Landon, thank you so much for that super sticker. I really appreciate that. Who else? Ty with the super sticker, always coming through. Thank you, Ty. Really appreciate you. Always with the super stickers. I love it. Let's see. Mac, HeMan, you're spitting. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Mac. Thank you for supporting the channel like that. Let's see. Mac back at it. Preach brother Matthew 7-1. I hope Ezra does take accountability soon. I'm praying for that, man. Yes. So listen, I am never going to say that people are beyond, a change of heart or whatever. I am all in there for forgiveness and all that, but forgiveness is like, you got to show it. You got to have repentance too. Like, you actually have to know the error of the ways, recognize it, and do better. That's it. So, but yes, thank you so much for that. All right, so now that we are done with all of that, well, let's get to why y'all are here. So recently, it was brought to my attention that there was a convention that was done, and this was not too long ago. I think this was like about August 6th or so, something like that. And in this convention, or in this meeting or whatnot, this was about it was black journalists. Black journalists all came together, and one of the guests that they had was Nate Moore. And for those of you that don't know, Nate Moore is one of the producers of Black Panther. He's the reason why we have Black Panther. If it was not for Nate Moore, we wouldn't have Black Panther at all. He is like, I want to say he's like the only black like VP exec at Marvel Studios. So Nate Moore gets my respect for putting Black Panther on the map at all. Like, thank you, Nate Moore, for that. Now, during this event, Nate Moore has some things to say, of course. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever was a topic of discussion. And you know, he had a couple things to say, but I wanted to play a little bit of what he had to say. We're going to react to some of it, but then we're going to react to the issue that I want to take. One thing he said that I had issue with. So here's one clip. Let's see that I want to.
The first.
Okay, so this is him first, but of course, you know, we can't do this like that. Let's kind of get it in the right frame of mind here. All right. So let's get him up here. This is what, again, you know, this was a kind of like the Q&A session of whatever he was talking about. I guess they were talking about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I think they were getting a trailer, maybe some footage. I don't know. But this was just one clip from the talks there. So let's just listen to what he has to say, and then we'll react to it as well.
Having seen the first visuals of this film, and at least some indication as to where the film might be going a few months out for its release.
Yeah, that's a good question. We all shared the same loss. Mm-hmm. You know, from however you sat, or if you were in the theater, or if you were next to the guy on set, we shared the same loss. But it's not the end. Yeah. And so as much as we should celebrate the man and the character, we should also have hope for the future. And that's what the movie is about. The movie is about finding hope amidst the tragedy. And I think that is something, unfortunately, that is timeless, because we continue to experience tragedies in our lives on the micro and macro level. And our country is going through it a bit right now.
Okay. So finding hope in the midst of tragedy is pretty much what Black Panther Wakanda Forever is all about. Now, I will say that right now, we don't know exactly when Black Panther Wakanda Forever takes place. We don't know exactly where it takes place. My hope, as I've said many times, is that I hope it takes place during the blip. I hope. And if it does take place during the blip, I think it makes more sense, because we did lose T'Challa already in the narrative. Now, again, I know some people are just joining. The algorithm just brought you here, and you're sitting here wondering, like, what are y'all talking about or whatever? Or you might be saying, but Shuri was blipped away and all that. Okay, guess what? I strongly encourage that you go to my channel and you look up my video called The Blip Theory Explained, and I'm going to show you how exactly maybe Shuri didn't get blipped. And I'm just going to demonstrate that actually there's enough wiggle room where that's not an issue. But I digress. You can go do that homework and not waste a comment there, because I'm telling you, just go look at that video. But let's kind of get back on track here. If it takes place after the blip, I've said this many times that I do think that that's a mistake. I do think that that would be a lot more problematic to double down on Chadwick's death, to put it onto T'Challa, because as we know, last time we saw T'Challa, he was hanging out with his family. He was all good. There were no issues. So that's the part where I'm a little iffy about that. But Marvel might have a different idea. But I will say that this is what they believe. They believe that they want to tell a story about tragedy and finding hope beyond that. I think that's going to be the challenge for them, because the real challenge is going to be like, you better help make me hopeful. You better make me hopeful. If you're going to put me through that nonsense again by doubling down on Chadwick's death and forcing it onto T'Challa, you better give me something great. You have to give me something great. We're going to talk about what that great thing may be, but this was not the issue. This was not the issue. The issue came where someone from the audience actually asked Nate Moore directly about T'Challa. And I want you to listen to the question, and I want you to listen to the answer. And we're going to break both of those down. So let's check this out. All right.
Whether this character.
Let me rewind that here. All right. Let's see what was said.
Always going to be the conversation of should T'Challa ever be recast? It is Chadwick Boseman the only person who can play Black Panther. I have my own opinions on it, but I'm writing in a column. But I'm interested in what y'all think about whether this character can ever be anyone but Chadwick Boseman.
I just want to replay his question real quick. I want to replay it. I want you to pay attention to what he said. Now, one, I think he made a quick mistake because he did interchange T'Challa and Black Panther. He did. But his question, his initial question, it had nothing to do with Black Panther Wakanda Forever at all. Keep that in mind. He just asked simply, can y'all just see anybody else playing the role of T'Challa? That includes a variant, that includes whatever you want, a recast, whatever. He's just asking, can anybody else play this role? I'm going to play the question again, and then I'm going to let Nate answer.
The conversation of should T'Challa ever be recast? It is Chadwick Boseman the only person who can play Black Panther. I have my own opinions on it, but I'm writing in a column. But I'm interested in what y'all think about whether this character can ever be anyone but Chadwick Boseman.
I think everyone has their right to how they think it should unfold. You know, I will say, as a fan of the books, the Black Panther to me is a mantle, right? And was a mantle in the first movie because his dad was the Panther. It's clearly something that's been handed down. I think that the story we want to tell is a specific story. It's not going to be the story everybody wants us to tell. And that's okay. You know what I mean? I think we only know how to tell the story that we know how to tell. And I hope when the movie comes out, people respond to it and take it for what it is. I think some people are going to come out of the movie going, no, we still believe what we think, and that's okay. We had to make the movie that we understood how to make. And Ryan had to write the movie that he understood how to write. The rest is up to you guys.
Wow. Wow. So I want you to notice how, for one, he completely avoided answering the actual question. Okay. Because the only thing they asked was like, yo, can anybody ever play this role again? That's all they asked. He just asked like, yo, like anybody else. And let me tell you something. Nate Moore has been asked this question before. And it's sad to say that I actually would have preferred him to double down on his last answer than this one. I didn't like his other answer, but his other answer was actually better. Let me play his other answer. This is what he was, this was his response when somebody asked, oh, can we see T'Challa again? This is what he actually said back in November.
T'Challa in our, I'm not hedging my bets, I'm being quite honest. T'Challa is, you will not see T'Challa in the MCU 616 universe.
Now, at least he kind of left a little bit of hope that there could be another variant. Now, hey, we got Secret Wars coming up. We got Kang and the Dynasty and all that stuff coming up. Okay, maybe, kind of, sort of can see that, I guess. At least he left that door open. But this whole non-answer, I mean, I heard people online saying, well, Nate Moore just doesn't want to spoil the movie. Then don't spoil the movie. You mean to tell me that you couldn't get, like, Kevin Feige gets these type of answers and questions all the time. He gets these questions all the time. You know what Kevin Feige be saying? Anything's possible. I don't know. You'll have to wait and find out. You could have just given a typical Marvel answer. You don't have to answer it directly. You could just be like, no, we'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell. Any one of those non-answers would have been suffice. Yeah, I wouldn't have liked it, but at least you leave the door open. You leave the door open for maybe you won't recast, and you leave the door open for maybe you will. But this is not the issue. Let me go back to what a lot of people were having issues with. And it was what he actually said. And I'm going to break it down.
I think everyone has their right to how they think it should unfold, you know?
Now, that's facts. We do have the right to think about how the story can unfold. And I want people to understand that, because there are people that are going to come in the comments. There are people that are going to come in and say, well, this is Marvel's property. They can do what they want. You don't own the IP. Yeah, we know that. But guess what? We pay for it. And guess what? If we don't pay for stuff, it doesn't get made. Let's not forget, Marvel almost went out of business. Why? Because stuff wasn't selling, because people weren't buying. So you can kind of miss us with the whole, like, we don't control the IP. Guess what? If people don't pay for the IP, ain't no IP. It just dies and it stays somewhere in the shelf. So it is a symbiotic relationship here. So we can kind of kill that argument. It's not a really good argument. We're still the consumers. Yes, they are the producers, but we still pay for this. So we do have a say in how we want. Now, as he said, everyone, whether you're a producer or if you're a consumer, has the right to at least envision how they'd want these stories told, which means, in other words, we have the right to express our likes and our dislikes for whatever creative decisions they make. So for those of you that are out there that like to talk about, well, you don't own it, you can't tell Marvel what to do, let the creatives do what they want to do. Marvel just told you right there, we all have the right to see this how we want. They just told you we have the right to feel the way we want to feel. Am I wrong with that assessment? Did I take that wrong from what he said? No, we can't get up there and go write the stories for them, but we do have the right to feel and express our desires. Let me go on.
I will say, as a fan of the books, the Black Panther to me is a mantle.
Yikes. 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 Okay. He says that as a fan of the books, the Black Panther is a mantle. All right. I know some people, I need the full screen for this. I know some people have only been introduced to Black Panther from the MCU. That was a lot of people's very first introduction to Black Panther. And I totally understand. But before I address the MCU only crowd, before I address that, he's talking about being a fan of the books. And while I'm not a fan of gatekeeping, I'm not a fan of that, I do have to kind of call him out a little bit on this. I understand that if you read the books, maybe you liked the mantle concept. Maybe you liked that element. But the books were not about Black Panther being a mantle. It was not. It never was. Because I really need to know, what book did you read in the 50 years of stories of Black Panther that was about the mantle? We did not get, out of all the stories of the Black Panther, they were all about T'Challa. Maybe 5% was about Shuri. But notice what I just said. They were about T'Challa or Shuri, the characters, not the mantle. The mantle was always secondary. The mantle was always like yes, it was part of the story, but you didn't read the books for the mantle. Every time they talked about other Black Panthers of the past, or even if someone else had the mantle, guess what? It typically would inform the reader about how it affected T'Challa. We didn't have any solo book stories about T'Chaka. You didn't have any solo book stories, a solo comic book run of like any of the other past Black Panthers. Yes, they were mentioned. Yes, they were brought up. Yes, they had little features and cameos. But the stories were not about what the mantle is. It was always about what the character of T'Challa is and how he defines what the mantle is all about. And here's the crazy thing. Even when the mantle was not his, it was still about T'Challa. Even when T'Challa was not in the picture and it was about Shuri, it was about Shuri. When Shuri had her solo run, yes, it was limited, but at the same time, it was about Shuri because it's about the characters. And this is one of the reasons why I caution, even for you MCU fans. Now I'm going to go to the MCU fans because a lot of you might sit here and say, but the movie was about the mantle. No, it was not. The mantle was absolutely a part of the movie. We saw T'Chaka, we saw T'Challa, we even saw Killmonger. We saw that mantle going around. So yes, it was an element of it, but that was not the central focus. Now, does Marvel have the right to take that and do something with it? Sure. But let's not do the revisionist history now and act like it was always about the mantle. No, it was not. The comic books were not about the mantle. Neither was the movie. The movie was all about Chadwick. It was about T'Challa and what does T'Challa do? And whatever T'Challa does, it affects everything else. The only reason you saw T'Chaka at all was to inform T'Challa's journey. The only reason why you saw Killmonger take up the mantle was to show you the dichotomy between him and T'Challa with the mantle. What's it like if Killmonger has a mantle compared to T'Challa? It's always going back to the main character. So yes, even if you are just an MCU fan and that's all you think about is the movie told me it was about the mantle, that's fine, but that's not the central point. And let me tell you why focusing on the mantle is so risky. Let me tell you why. Because we do not go to movies or stories for mantles. We don't. I need people to be intellectually honest about this. Don't be disingenuous here. We go for the characters. The characters define the mantles. The characters are what make us relatable to the story. You can even bring up, let's say, Green Lantern. You know, when it comes to Green Lantern on the DC side, there's a reason why they focus on Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, John Stewart, the Green Lantern, because it's the characters we attach ourselves to. We don't go into that DC property talking about, man, I can't wait to watch the movie about the Green Lantern Corps. You don't care about the Corps. You care about the characters that embody these characters, these roles. You care about the characters that define these mantles and these titles. Didn't we just get done talking about James Bond? Did they sit here and say that did the producers say that they wanted to make another 007? No, they said they want another James Bond. Y'all know 007s have existed before James Bond, right? If you've seen the last movie, there was a 007 before James Bond, and there was one after James Bond. Did the masses care? Did everyone care about 007, or do they care about James Bond? That's the difference I need people to understand. It doesn't matter if it was already established. It doesn't matter if it gets passed on or not. Guess what? James Bond can be fired too. And the mantle of 007 can pass on to someone else too. And he didn't have to die for that to happen. Same thing happens in the comic book. T'Challa is not always the Black Panther. And that's okay, because the focus has never been about the mantle. But let me explain exactly why the risk that happens if you focus on the mantle. So again, if you're an MCU fan and you are into the MCU and this is all you know, let me explain exactly why focusing on the mantle is a problem. It makes the Black actors and the Black characters expendable. You know why? Because you won't have enough time to connect with the characters because it's only about the mantle. If all you care about is that some Black person is under the mask and they are Black Panther, why do you care about that individual story? Why do you care about if that character dies or not? Because, hey, if Shuri dies, oh well, we'll have another Black Panther, right? For all of those people that are attacking those in Recast T'Challa because you think this false notion that we just don't want Shuri to be Black Panther. By the way, we are very okay with that. Are you also going to be okay if for whatever reason Shuri just dies? Are you going to keep the same energy if they just keep on passing the mantle to whoever? Are you going to keep that same energy? What I'm saying is, I don't even want to be in that position. I don't want to have to choose between T'Challa or Shuri and XYZ. I don't want to have to make that decision because the comic books don't make us do that. The comic books elevate everyone at the same time, and the mantle is irrelevant. That's the level of thinking I need people to understand and see. So if you're in the MCU and that's all you know, I need you to see the bigger picture beyond Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'm not talking about this one movie. I'm talking about the franchise overall in time. And let's be honest here. There have been a lot of issues behind the scenes, according to reports, with Letitia Wright, the actress. Some people who have not been following the Recast T'Challa movement and stuff like that, so some of this news might have gotten off your radar. Go Google Recast Shuri. Back in December of 2021, because some people don't realize Recast T'Challa, the hashtag, has trended multiple times. It's not just trendy recently. It's been trending. It might be new to some of y'all, but it's been trending. Back in December of 2021, people were actually saying recast Shuri. Why? Because Letitia Wright had her anti-vax position and all of that. She hasn't even secured the bag yet. She hasn't even gotten on screen yet. And I'm fine with her getting more screens. I'm fine with her having the mantle. But look how quick people were willing to turn on her, on the character, and on the actress. And if you were comfortable with it's just a mantle, why would you fight for Shuri? You would just be like, man, get another Black actress in there. We don't care. It's just a mantle anyway. I don't want these characters to be expendable. So when I fight for T'Challa, I'm fighting for all of them. This is not one of those, oh, well, you said save the whales, so you must hate dogs. No, that's not, no. I've told y'all, T'Challa is not a stepping stone. He is a cornerstone. And what do you do with cornerstones in any foundation? You build around them. Solidify T'Challa, solidify Shuri, solidify all the other characters that you want. Give us more. But if you sit here and talk about it's just the mantle, you're going to devalue the importance and significance of the individual characters. Steve Rogers should be just as important whether he's Captain America or not. Tony Stark should be just as important whether he's got the Iron Man suit or not. You don't care about mantles. You care about characters. Yes, I'm talking to you. You just don't care about that. Yes, it can be an important element in the story. That's fine. But it's a secondary auxiliary element of the story. It is not the primary force. It is not the driving force. The characters should be the driving force. This is why I don't push for one gender versus the other. That's stupid to me. All that sexism talk. If you're a brother out there trying to down sisters, that's stupid. If you're a woman and you're downing brothers and stuff, to elevate women, that's stupid to me. I want to elevate all of them together because that's what the franchise was created for. The franchise was created for Black representation. That's why Jack Kirby created T'Challa. He didn't create a whole bunch of different Black Panthers. He created T'Challa, who just so happened to be the Black Panther. And through that representation, Black women started to step up. We got the Dora Milaje, we got Shuri, we got Storm, we got more representation. That is the goal. Not this crabs in a barrel mentality of, well, we can only have one and we got to get rid of the other one to do. No. We need all of them at the table. So this is why I am very concerned with Nate Moore's idea of having it just be about the mantle. That's why I'm concerned with it. Yes, he's entitled and he has the right to do whatever he wants. But as a paying customer, as a fan of the franchise, I can also voice my disagreement. And as I said, I am a fan of the franchise, which means I want Black Panther to succeed, whether it's the comics, whether it's the video game, whether it's the MCU movies. I want it to succeed, and I don't believe it is a successful path to focus on the mantle. I have not seen that being demonstrated to be a good formula for the franchise. I don't want Marvel to treat the mantle like a hot potato and just kill off this actor or kill off this character and just stick somebody under the mask. As long as you got someone under the mask, should be fine. I don't want that treatment. I want these Black characters, men and women, I want them to be significant. Not because that they have some shiny suit, that looks like a cat. That's not what makes them special. It's about what's inside of each of them. That's what we should be looking at. If you're not looking at the characters first, what are you doing? And like I said, I don't see that as a successful model because I don't think it's going to be a good thing. If you think about Black Panther 1, okay, it was about T'Challa. Black Panther 2, maybe it's about Shuri. Black Panther 3, maybe it's about Bashanga because we want to show another one. Black Panther 4, maybe it's about this other Black Panther and this other Black Panther and this other Black Panther. When are we going to have the time to connect? Y'all see how much y'all love Tony Stark? It's not because of the mantle of Iron Man. You love Tony Stark. We all love Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr. because of the time we spent with his character, because of the time invested in building his character. That's why, as we talked about before with the Russo brothers, his death was a good, meaningful death because we had over 11 years of stories with the character and we had a full arc. We had a full story. We didn't pass off the Iron Man mantle to War Machine and then Pepper Potts and then Happy got it and then everybody. No, we didn't do that. We focused on the character. Look how long it took for Captain America to finally pass the mantle. He needed a good 10 years too. We knew that the mantle passed around of Captain America. We knew that there were other Captain Americas, but they took the time to invest in Steve Rogers first. They took the time to invest in Tony Stark first. And I'm saying, take the time to invest in T'Challa. Take the time to also invest in Shuri. And take the time to invest in all of the Black characters in Black Panther. Nakia, Okoye, whatever you want to do. Invest in all of them. Don't make us expendable by putting them under a mantle. I want to go into the last bit of what he said, though.
Right? And was a mantle in the first movie because his dad was the Panther. It's clearly.
Here he go. Here he go. Yes, the mantle was there, but again, T'Chaka, every time you see T'Chaka, let me ask y'all something. Because, okay, let me ask y'all something. From Civil War, what was the purpose of showing T'Chaka? We remember T'Chaka was there and he died in the explosion. What was the purpose of T'Chaka? What did you learn about T'Chaka? All you learned was that he was the ruler of Wakanda. Do you know his goals? Did you know his motivations? Did you know anything about T'Chaka in Civil War? Nothing. Why? Because his death was meant to be a driving force for T'Challa. T'Chaka was there just to be support for T'Challa. Let's fast forward. We did see a young T'Chaka in Black Panther. What did y'all learn about him? Now, we learned that he made some tough decisions. He killed his brother and all that. We learned all that. Yes, that was meaningful. He was doing what he thought was right at that time. Sure. What was the point of showing us T'Chaka's actions? Was it in isolation? Was it only to develop T'Chaka's character? No. We saw T'Chaka, every time we saw T'Chaka, it was to inform T'Challa's journey. We saw what T'Chaka did because T'Challa has to deal with that later. Even when we saw T'Chaka in the astral plane, what was the purpose? Was it to let you know more about T'Chaka and the other Black Panthers and how they handled the mantle? No. They were only there to serve T'Challa's journey. So, yes, the mantle's in the story, but it's not about the mantle. It's never been about the mantle. It's been about how T'Challa deals with being a king and having the mantle of Black Panther. Keep in mind, by the way, those are two separate things. Let's not forget, T'Chaka was the king of Wakanda, while T'Challa was the Black Panther. Those roles are not always, mutually, they are mutually exclusive. Sometimes they are, mutual, but not always. So you can have a ruler of Wakanda and you can have a separate person be Black Panther. That's also been established. But once again, every time you saw somebody else with the mantle, it went right back to informing T'Challa's story and his journey and development. That was the purpose. So yes, it's a mantle. Yes, it was in the story, but that was never the crux of it. That was never the central element of it. That was never the purpose of the mantle. Now, if they want to do that in the second movie, okay, that's fine. But let's not do this revisionist history and say that that's what the movie was about. It just was not. Just because something is in a movie doesn't mean that the movie is about that. Just to put my little seminary hat on real quick, this is very similar to when I tell people about the Bible. Just because bad things happen in the Bible does not mean that those bad things are prescribed and that's what it's all about. It's not. So it's the same thing with this movie. Just because they had the mantle in it didn't mean it was about the mantle. That's just not accurate. Let's go on. What else he say?
Something that's been handed down. I think that the story we want to tell is a specific story. It's not going to be the story everybody wants us to tell.
And that's fair to say. That's fair. I mean, like I said, I want to see the story from the blip. Maybe it's this story. Maybe it's not. I don't know. This is why I'm actually going to go watch the movie to make sure. They are going to tell whatever story that they want because Marvel can do whatever they want. That also does not mean that they are above reproach. That does not mean that people cannot disagree. That does not mean people cannot criticize. We can do that. And by the way, that also doesn't mean that we can't react and express our desire for what we would like to see just because we haven't seen the movie. There are people like, well, you haven't seen the movie, so how can you judge? We can still say what we want without seeing the movie first. You can do both things. It's okay. No one is making predictions. I'm not saying that, they're not doing this one thing in the movie. I'm saying I would like to see this. I hope they don't do that. And guess what? I can still go see the movie. You can do both things. Let's check this out some more.
That's okay. You know what I mean? I think we only know how to tell the story that we know how to tell. And I hope when the movie comes out, people respond to it and take it for what it is. I think some people are going to come out of the movie going, no, we still believe what we think, and that's okay.
And this is what I will say. I can respect that. I can respect Nate Moore's position on this. And this is why, by the way, I am not attacking Nate Moore. I want to make that very clear. I am not doing it. I don't have any I don't know Nate Moore. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, F Nate Moore. He's killing T'Challa. That's not my MO. I told y'all from the jump, whenever I have any level of criticism for anything, it is usually about what people say or what they do. I don't know this brother personally, so I'm not going to sit here and attack his character or his motives. I don't know him. I have no place to do that. I believe that he believes he's doing the best thing that they can do, and that's fine. And guess what? I can also say, I disagree. I got a different feeling about that. And guess what he just said? That's fine. He also said that's okay. So in other words, for people that are like, trying to attack the Recast T'Challa movement and stuff like that, guess what? Marvel's not really on that with you. Marvel's not on that with you. Marvel's saying people are entitled to feel how they want to feel, and that's always been the point. That's always been the point. When I first started the Recast T'Challa petition, and unfortunately I can't name names or anything like that, but I spoke to some very, very important people, some people in very high places. And before I ever launched the movement, before I started the petition, I wanted to make sure that everything I was saying and everything that I was putting in the petition would be as respectful as possible, because this is always coming from a place of love and respect and honor for everyone, cast, crew, family, everyone. And what I was told by these very important people was, even if we don't agree, we respect where you're coming from with this. Because as a fan of the franchise, you're entitled to feel how you feel. And it was because of these important folks, and because that they gave me the green light, they told me again, I can't, don't ask me who they are. I can't say it. But let's just say they're very important people. Like, if I could say it, it would legitimize a lot of stuff. I'll just say that. But when I got that green light from them, people in the industry, by the way, I was like, okay, we good. We're good because we're just fans talking about what we would like and what we care about. And Nate Moore understands that. That's why Nate Moore is not hating on people that feel differently. And I honestly really wish people that are on social media, let's just say you disagree with Recast T'Challa and all that, and that's fine. You're entitled to that. I wish they would take a page from Nate Moore. Nate Moore is like, you can do that. You can feel that way. We still gonna tell our story. We still gonna do what we gonna do. But you are entitled to feel how you want to feel. That's fine. And I respect that. I respect the mess out of that. Because at the end of the day, we don't have to agree, but we should respect each other even if we're on different sides of the aisle. And that is the sense I get from Nate Moore, and I appreciate him for that. Again, I don't agree. I don't agree with a lot of what Nate Moore envisions, his direction. I don't agree. But I can respectfully disagree. And I appreciate the fact that he can respect it right back. Let's finish this off.
We had to make the movie that we understood how to make. And Ryan had to write the movie that he understood how to write. The rest is up to you guys.
And there you have it. The rest is up to you guys. We're you guys. That's us. All of us. Now, they feel, again, this is one of the reasons why I never question their motives. I think that is one of the trickiest things to ever do whenever you're engaging in a disagreement, debate, conversation with another person or other people. One of the most dangerous things is to question motivations because you don't know other people's hearts. You don't know what's in other people's minds. You don't know what's driving other people. But one thing you can always do is look at actions and the impact and talk about that. So for me, I've never questioned Marvel's, Ryan Coogler's, Nate Moore. I've never questioned their motivations because I do believe that they do think, as he just said, that they're going to tell the story that they believe that they can tell. I think that they have better options, but they think that whatever that they're going to tell us in this next movie is the best one. They're entitled to believe that. And we're entitled to agree or disagree. And I appreciated him basically saying it's up to us. So I think, not saying too much, Recast T'Challa is not something that Marvel is unaware of. They totally know what this little movement is doing. They understand that this thing trends. They understand that it's gotten national coverage. LA Times, New York Times, Huffington Post, Yahoo Entertainment, Good Morning America, ABC News, Fox News. We've been out there. We've been trending multiple times. Not just this week, not last week, not the week before that. We've been trending ever since May of 2021. It's new for some people. I get that. But they know that this movement is a thing. And in a way, he's kind of sort of talking about this. When he says some people are going to watch this and still not have their minds changed, you don't think he knows that he's talking to us? You don't think he's actually inadvertently talking to the Recast T'Challa movement, the campaign, the support? You don't think he knows that? He absolutely knows that. I've had conversations again with sources I can't name that have absolutely confirmed to me that they know this, that Marvel, Nate Moore and all of them, that they know about this. But what you see on screen, what you heard from him, is probably going to be the answer that he's going to keep going on later on. He's going to keep talking about, like, hey, people are entitled to feel how they want to feel. We're going to tell the story we want to tell. Y'all make up your minds. See you at the movies. Like, still business. So, once again, if you are one of those folks that are just joining out of nowhere, the YouTube algorithm threw you over here, and you like, yo, why is this guy talking about recasting? Like, they already wrap filming. Like, what are you talking about? Let me tell you right now. Stop judging anything based off of these couple of minutes in this video. Don't base whatever you think you know off of some hashtag. If you want to know and understand what Recast T'Challa is all about, once again, don't go following some random TikToker. Don't go looking at a hashtag and just making up an assumption. Go to change.org/recast T'Challa. Go there and just read the petition. It's not long. Matter of fact, I'll give you the quick bullet points. Nobody's asking for an immediate recast. So in other words, we're not talking about this specific movie. No one is preventing anyone else from taking up the mantle of Black Panther. Why? Because as I just mentioned, it's not about the mantle. We're talking about the characters. The other tenet is, hey, we just didn't really want Marvel to use Chadwick Boseman's death, the trauma from that, as a plot device in their fictional storytelling. Just because Chadwick passed away does not mean you have to make T'Challa pass away. And more importantly, the most important, all we're asking for is the portrayal of T'Challa to be allowed to continue in the MCU. And I specifically worded it that way to leave it as broad and open as possible. Do you understand what I mean by when I say the portrayal of T'Challa? I did not say you got to keep the 616 version. I did not say you got to keep Chadwick Boseman's version. I didn't say nothing. I left it broad and just say, whatever you do, keep T'Challa going. Do something, because it's fiction, and keep T'Challa on screen. That's a very low bar. I know people even that support Recast T'Challa that think that that is too low of a bar. But I intentionally did that because I wanted to make sure that this was something so broad that it was almost impossible to argue against. If you want to preserve Chadwick Boseman's version of T'Challa, you can do that in the MCU. It is a multiverse. There is time travel. There is magic. There's a whole lot of things to make that work. So if you are just joining this, please go ahead and actually go to the petition, change.org/recast T'Challa. Judge me, judge the movement, whatever you want on that. Look at that. Matter of fact, because I already know some of y'all gonna have questions. Scroll all the way down. Go to the FAQs. Click on the FAQs because I guarantee you're going to have some questions. Is it too soon to recast? Is it disrespectful to recast with another actor? What if I can't see no one else but Chadwick? Can someone else be Black Panther? Like, sure. Listen, I anticipated all of this. By the way, all of this was done. Look at the date. Hold on. Look at the date. April 9th, 2021. All of these things are already there. I anticipated all of this stuff because even if you are not for recasting, even if you have a negative connotation, I already took you into consideration. I empathized with your position already, and there is another response. All of that is addressed. Because this is always, as I've said from the jump, a campaign and a movement based in love, respect, and honor for Chadwick Boseman, for T'Challa, and for every Black actor, cast, crew, the whole franchise, all of it is all inclusive. There's nothing exclusive with Recast T'Challa. Nothing. When we say Recast T'Challa, we're not saying nobody else, nothing. There's nothing. It's all inclusive. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Y'all let me know, how did you feel about Nate Moore's comments? What did you think about what he had to say? Do you believe that it's all about the mantle when it comes to Black Panther? I'm actually kind of curious. If you do think that the mantle is, let's just say, a good idea, a good route to go on, can you think of any other franchises, series that focus on the mantles and are successful? Like anything. And I'm not, that's not a rhetorical question. I'm really interested on, is there some other property that focuses on the mantle or on the title and not so much on the individual characters, and that's been successful? Let me know. I really genuinely want to know if that exists. And if it doesn't exist, and if it clearly has not been proven to be a winning formula, are you comfortable with that being attached to the Black Panther franchise? Which, again, by the way, 50 years of comics, it's not been about the mantle. It's always been about T'Challa, and it's always been about the individual characters, not the mantle. The mantle's present. It is a factor, but it is not the main thing. I can tell you this right now. They could literally have Black Panther, the franchise, and the Wakandans could be like, yo, we don't want a Black Panther anymore. And the story would still continue. Why? Because it was always about the characters. Always. Anyway, y'all let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's grab these comments. I gotta hurry up. I feel like somebody ate my cake already. I'm probably missing pizza. I haven't eaten yet. Is Kobe asleep? I think Kobe's asleep. All right. I'm gonna have to wake him up later. Grab these comments real quick, and then we gonna head out. Ooh, we didn't make 3 hours. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Dorian, what you got? Ezra, Breaking Bad. I know, right? Breaking something. Jason, thank you so much. What's good, EAE fam? So yeah, if Ezra made an apology video, that ninja would be a camera, longer than both Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit combined. Talking extended cuts. I agree with you. Observations about Will Smith too. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you so much again for that really, really generous contribution as well. Let's see what else we got. What else? I'm moving. Here we go. Howard, the Nate Moore talks. The more that rumor that they always plan to get rid of T'Challa seems true. Chad's death just sped up the process. I mean, again, I mean, I'm not going to feed into any conspiracy theories or nothing. However, I will say that it was in an interview that Nate Moore did talk about this mantle talk before. And he said that all the way in 2018. So his perception of the mantle, of that being like the primary, is not something new to Nate Moore. This is something that he has thought about for a while. And even in the interview, he told Ryan Coogler, hey, Black Panther is just as much a mantle as it is about T'Challa. Well, I almost forgot. That's actually not the case. Dang, I forgot. Hold on. Hey, where my editor at? Let me, I almost forgot to tell. I got some footage. Hold on now. Y'all know I always have some receipts. Hold on. Let me load this up real quick. Let me load something up. My bad. I'm shocked. I forgot to load up the receipts. What was I doing? Hold on. Where is it at? Hold on. Let's get this loaded up real quick. Let's get. Now, remember, I told y'all it's not about the mantle. I told y'all it's about T'Challa. It's about the characters. I told y'all this, right? Ooh, here comes some bonus footage. I didn't even know I had the bonus footage. I forgot all about it. My bad, y'all. Hey, editor, go ahead and put this in the beginning before we end the clip. We got to put this in. Hold on. I need you all to look at this. And I'm telling you, character over mantle. Listen to the man himself. I want to be up here too. Let's listen.
And what made Ryan the right director for this? You know, he came on after Chadwick had been cast, so talk about that process a little bit.
I mean, his two films, both Fruitvale Station and Creed, are such great character pieces, and we knew that for people to love the Black Panther franchise, they needed to love T'Challa. And I think Ryan...
What? Back it up. 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 Say it again.
Great character pieces, and we knew that for people to love the Black Panther franchise, they needed to love T'Challa. I just want to hear it again because I fully agree. I just want to hear it again. And we knew that for people to love the Black Panther franchise, they needed to love T'Challa. And I think Ryan figured out a way to make him really relatable. For somebody who's the king of an African nation and also one of the smartest people in the world, that's a hard thing to do, but Ryan is such a great dramatist. And Ryan is really smart about his other characters. So the Dora Milaje, Nakia, Okoye, these are all characters that we think are going to be huge characters for fans, and it's because of the work that Ryan did.
And what made Ryan the right director for this?
Characters! He ain't talking about no mantle. Characters. Woo! Thank you for proving my point. Did I make anything up? Did I edit anything that he just said? Did what he just say contradict anything I have talked about when I said characters are more important than mantles? That's okay. I know somebody about to come into the comments. Somebody gonna be like, "Oh, let me move the goalpost. Let me change the narrative. Let me come up with an excuse. It's okay. It's about the man." Go argue with 2018 Nate Moore then. Go argue with that. Go argue with the whole history of films. And again, let me know what mantle has been the primary force of a successful story, franchise, anything. Let me know. Y'all heard him, right? Y'all heard. Do I need to play it again? I might need to play it again. Hold on. I might, because I think somebody in the back might have missed it. I just want people to listen. Just don't even listen to me. Listen to Nate Moore. Y'all don't listen to me. I'm a nobody. I'm just some random guy trying to get clicks on the internet, right? I'm just here for the hype, right? I'm clout chasing, right? No, y'all don't want to listen to me. Listen to Marvel. Y'all love Marvel. Y'all want to listen to Marvel. Listen to Marvel then.
You know, he came on after Chadwick had been cast, so talk about that process a little bit.
I mean, his two films, both Fruitvale Station and Creed, are such great character pieces, and we knew that for people to love the Black Panther franchise, they needed to love T'Challa.
I'm done. What do I need to say? I don't have to say nothing else. Marvel just told you. You need to love the characters. T'Challa matters. Marvel told you that. I'm good. I think we can get. Man, I wish. Do I have a mic? Can I? Damn, I wish I had me a. I got a big old mic. Look. Okay. I just wanted to drop the big old snowball mic. I ain't got no other mic. I'll leave that. We just gonna have to make that work. All right. Let's go back up. God, I wish I'm mad I did not play that earlier, but yo, shout out to the replay gang. Y'all about to get that in there. And it's gonna look smooth as ever. So editor, go ahead and do your magic, because oh man. Always good to have them receipts. Receipts are lovely. All right, let's see. I got a lot of comments, so I'm going up. Give me a sec. I done scrolled all the way down. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm caught up now. Let me go back now to the next person. Who was it? Howard. Thanks again, Howard. Appreciate you. Jason, we will get to T'Challa. We will have to. Variant. Maybe. By the way, I was gonna do it tonight, but I'm not in the right headspace for it. I'm gonna drop a video about an uneasy compromise. And I'm going to talk about something that it's not going to make a lot of people happy. It's not going to make a lot of people, whether you're for recast, whether you're against recast. I don't think anyone's going to like what I'm going to say. But it's mainly because of the fact that I'm trying to anticipate what Marvel's going to do. And if they're going to do it, I'm going to explain the spin on it. And I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons of this move if it happens. So I'll talk about it. I didn't want to do it here because it is a little spoilery potentially. So I think I'm going to take some time to just kind of think it over a little bit more because it's challenging a lot of things that I have to think about as well. But I will be posting that sometime soon. But that's something I got to get together later, so be patient with me. Marcy back at it. I hate the fact that people forgot it was Wesley Snipes' Blade movies that saved Marvel Studios from closure, the first Marvel solo black superhero on the big screen. Facts. There you go. You're right. This is very true. And I mean, I don't know who these people are, but I mean, I always remember Wesley, and I've been saying for the longest they need to give that man his flowers. Like I've said for the jump, they need to put Blade Wesley in an MCU property or something to fully integrate the first Blade movie into the MCU. Make it a multiverse thing. I don't care, but I want that sucker to be in the official canon. The same way y'all took the Sony Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans and made them part of the MCU. Go ahead and do that with Blade too. I want to see that with Blade. Do that. Let's see, Matt HeMan. If we get a recast of T'Challa or a variant, since he's married to Storm, Avengers versus X-Men, fire. Oh my God, we're not ready, bro. We gotta wait and see. We gotta wait. I hope. I don't. In my next video, I'm gonna talk about how maybe that could happen. I'm gonna talk about that. Majin, thank you so much. E-Man, do you think a standalone Black Panther film with T'Challa will do justice, or do you think they should stay in the MCU, save T'Challa? I'll be honest with you. At this point, I just want the character to be alive, right? I want the portrayal to keep going. I think that the character of T'Challa themselves is too big to be a side character. You know, now in this movie, okay, we trying to elevate Shuri or whoever. Okay, fine. You know, we get it, the circumstances. But in the future, give him the same treatment that you gave to Tony Stark and the Captain America, and give him the same treatment. Give him the same energy that you give him to Thor. That's so. Yes, I want both. They give him standalones and keep him in there. I want both. So that's the way I look at it. Dion, all love recast T'Challa fam. Family night out. I'll be joining the replay gang. All right. Thank you, Dion. Appreciate you so much for that. Enjoy yourself. DJ Payne, I respect and trust your judgment on this topic, and I agree 1,000%. Thank you so much, DJ. I appreciate you very much on that. Let's see what else we got. Howard, what you got? If that green light was a red light, would you have ran it? I don't know. That's a good, I don't know. Maybe. Thank you, Howard. Appreciate you. Let's see. Tina, what you got? Boseman's own brother knows the character should be recast. How do you feel about Michael B. Jordan making a live action Static Shock recast T'Challa? Yeah, first of all, I do want to address the fact that, like, I find it very disturbing that there are so many people who will be more comfortable running with the assumption that the Boseman family is just on board with anything Marvel says and does. And I'm not saying that they are or not. All I'm saying is the fact that it's weird that people are going off of that assumption when there's nothing to base it on. Like, you haven't heard from the family, and the only family that has come out and spoken was Derek Boseman, Chadwick Boseman's older brother, and I've shared this before, Chadwick Boseman's niece, who confirmed and reaffirmed the conversations that Chadwick had with Derek Boseman about the character. And it's just so weird to me that even when you present that new line of evidence, you would think somebody comes in and says, well, the family must be on board. And you'd be like, well, we don't know that, but at least the brother has said he's actually down for recasting, and he thinks Chadwick would too. Then that person moves the goalpost, changes the standard, and says, well, we don't know. That was just hearsay, or they're just, we don't know if did Chadwick actually say it? Did Chadwick write it in his will? Do we have a notary that has a signed affidavit with Chadwick saying, I want the role recast? Like, what? Where did these standards of evidence come from? What is wrong with people? Because let's just be honest, it's not confirming your bias, so you're changing the standard. Because at first you were thinking, oh, the family, but when you hear about the family, oh, well, it wasn't his wife. Oh, well, he didn't sign it in a will. Oh, well, so now you doing these mental gymnastics because it doesn't confirm your bias. And I'm not saying that the family's opinion is correct. I'm not saying that because they said it, that's a closed case. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is the fact that that is the best evidence we have thus far. Until otherwise, should you not go off of the best evidence that you have rather than just baseless assumptions? Isn't that usually how we do things? When I sit here and talk about like, yo, the family, Derek Boseman, he doesn't even speak for the whole family. He's just the only one we got that has actually been public. That's all we have. So if he says it, this is all I can go off of for that specific argument. And that's what informs my opinion. It doesn't make my opinion fact, but it at least gives me a basis rather than I think the family would just side with Marvel. Like, you don't know that. You can think it, but you don't know it. But we do know what the brother actually said. Now, however much you want to weigh it is a different story. But I'm just saying, let's stop moving these goalposts. It's weird. I need people to realize the fact that, guess what? You can learn and know things about people without them explicitly saying it at a specific time by writing it down and having it signed and signed. Like, stop it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, thank you, Tina. Oh, Static Shock. I'm totally down for Static Shock. I hope it actually happens. There hasn't been any updates on it, sadly. But I do hope it happens. I'm a Static Shock fan, so I hope it does. I hope it does. Avenue, no, what happened to your comment? Thank you so much for it. Either way, I'll see if I can find it, but thank you so much. Oh my God, Jason, thank you so much. That is so kind of you, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Hey, man, enjoy watching your live streams. I respect your opinions and honestly all these topics. Happy birthday to the birthday girl, Recast T'Challa. Thank you so much for that, Jason. I really appreciate you there. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to give this to her as well. So she's going to get a nice little surprise after this. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate you. Doucette, thank you so much. I believe Nate knows a lot. People won't like it. I mean, again, I think Nate Moore fully is aware of what the Recast T'Challa is. There's no way they would be unaware about this. I told y'all we've had national coverage. Y'all can laugh at, oh, it's only 60,000. Okay. But guess what? We've been on platforms that reach millions. We trend almost like whenever. We just trended yesterday. Like, you can laugh at it if you want to, but nah, people, they know. They might not agree with it, but they know. So yes, I think he is absolutely fully aware that some people are going to disagree. DJ Payne, Black Panther versus Predator is something I want to see because Marvel owns the Predator rights. Recast T'Challa. I'd be down with that. I mean, that Black Panther better win. Kobe, be quiet. Let's see. He just being rude. He just want to start barking and stuff. Let's see what you got. Ray Guns, receipts matter. Well, hey, I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna play it if I got it. I see what you got. Can you give your thoughts on how damaging it is to black actors when well-intended fans say Chadwick was the best? Nobody can replace him as T'Challa, etc., and complain about lack of diversity. Yeah, it is actually demeaning. Actually, I know it comes off, and the intention is absolutely there to be complimentary. But like even Denzel Washington has talked about this. Denzel, when he was coming up and he was on the rise, people were like, "Ooh, you're the next Sidney Poitier," and Denzel was like, "Yo, this is kind of low key racist." He was like, "I mean, thank you," because Sidney Poitier, oh my gosh, like he's great, but the fact that you are pigeonholing me and saying like, I'm the next Sidney, rather than why can't I just be the next Denzel? And it's one of those things where it's kind of like you don't hear that whole idea of when it comes to James Bond. This is why I keep bringing up James Bond or Batman, Superman, whatever you want to say, whatever character that's been continuously recast. We have favorites, but just because we have favorites and just because we believe that one actor was the best or whatever, it doesn't mean that there aren't others. And you don't carry that. You don't carry that mentality with other white actors. Nobody says Sean Connery was the best and therefore nobody else could do it but Sean Connery. Like he's the only one that can be James Bond. Nobody says that. That's not the common thing. You might say he's your favorite James Bond, but that doesn't mean, and it doesn't invalidate anyone else that plays the role. And that's kind of the problem that happens. And honestly, this is because people say this about Chadwick and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. Chadwick was one of my favorite actors. But unless you're omniscient or psychic, there's no way in the world you can say that no one else can do this role. You cannot say that. No one else can be Chadwick. Duh, obviously. And no one else will try to be Chadwick. Actors don't do that. Actors don't try to be the previous actor. They try to do their own take, their own thing. And a lot of people have this misconception that, oh my gosh, it's not going to be the same. So what if it's not the same? You do realize that being different is not automatically a bad thing. We got 11 different Batmen from TV and movies. You think they all the same? You think Adam West Batman is the same as Ben Affleck's? But they're good in their own right. I know people that were, that grew up with Adam West and they're like, no, that's my Batman. I will tell y'all Michael Keaton is the GOAT because he is. But there are people that think Ben Affleck is the best too. And guess what? They're all right. Because it's about fan favorites at that point. It ain't no fact. It's just how you feel. But you can't have that. We can't have that vast range if we're going to confine people to just saying only this one person can play this one role. Because you don't know what great talent that exists out there that's just waiting in the wings. You don't know what you're about to extinguish because you want to hold on to the past. Because you want to be an emotional prisoner. And trust me, I understand. It's not easy. But guess what? I need people to understand, let go of this false idea. It's a fear that you have. It's a fear that if somebody else comes around, that it's going to affect or impact in a negative way what you hold and cherish with Chadwick. It's not. And I'll prove it. If another actor comes in and plays as T'Challa, and they suck, what are you going to say? Is that person's acting and terrible performance going to make you think, oh man, because they suck, now Chadwick sucked? No, you're going to value Chadwick and what he gave to you 10 times more. When Brandon Ruth came out and tried to follow up Christopher Reeve and nobody liked it, what did we say? Damn, Christopher Reeve was the best Superman. That's what happens. And let me prove the other side. If another actor comes in and does a stand-up job, what do you think we're going to say? Uh-oh, they did such a good job, I can't like Chadwick no more. No, you're not going to say that. You're going to be like, damn, they did a good job too. Now, maybe I have 2 favorites. Look at that. I like Daniel Craig as James Bond. I also like Sean Connery too. They both can exist in my mind rent-free. And it's okay. They're both iconic. They're both legendary in these roles. And that's fine. So sitting here talking about only Chadwick can do it. No other black actors exist. None of them got talent. They all suck. They all can't give you something else. Have you seen all their work? Have you seen all the future actors that are about to come? Could you imagine if we kept that mentality with all the other actors in the past? We wouldn't have half of the things that we have today. If we thought Adam West was the greatest and that was it, you wouldn't have all these other Batman. That mentality is so debilitating. I know it means well, and I feel you on that. I understand you mean to be complimentary, but you're also insulting literally everyone else. And that's not cool. Love and cherish whatever actor, whatever performance, whatever character that you want. That's okay. Love and cherish that. But don't exclude other people. That's not cool. I would never want to sit here, no matter how much I love an individual property, an individual actor performance, I would never want to sit here and close myself off to the possibility of seeing more greatness. And guess what? Even if there are failures in that, because some people say, well, what are you going to do if the next actor sucks? I'm going to treat them just like we do with all the other actors that suck in white popular roles. I'm going to move on. I'm gonna be like, damn, you suck. But hey, I can't wait for somebody else to pick up that baton and do great. We went from Heath Ledger to Jared Leto. You think we was about to give up hope on the next Joker after that? We got Joaquin Phoenix, and my man killed it in that role. So that's how I will treat the next person after Chadwick. Because as I've said, even in the petition and so on, Chadwick deserves to be the beginning of a legacy and not the end of one. Oh, man, that was a long-ass answer for that. You gonna hit 3 hours. Why y'all do this? Jen, I got to go. Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay cool, but both figuratively and literally. Thank you so much, Jen. Appreciate you so much. Octomata, I'm so sorry. I don't know where your comment is, but thank you so much. Appreciate you. Deborah, give us a Kobe update. Oh, okay. I'll try and give a quick one. So Kobe's locked up again. Simple as that. I gave Kobe, I've been trying to ease him in, been trying to give him a little more freedom. I let him sleep by himself all night. I wasn't even down there with him. I just let him sleep in his bed, not in his cage, in his bed. Cool, great. Woke up, took him out to go pee. Cool, and I was going to take him for his other walk later. But I know he can't hold his pee as long. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll let you go pee or whatever. And then I'll bring you in, feed you, and then we'll go for a longer walk later. Couple minutes later, my wife is yelling at me and she's like, yo, dog just poo-pooed all on the floor in 2 spots in the house. Well, back to square one. Back in the cage you go. Now we got to get back to the cage training, the kennel training, or whatever. Crate training, back at it. Sorry, you lost your rights. Sorry, we got to go back to the basics. You have to understand, outside is where you do your business, not in the house. Sorry. So yeah, Kobe locked up again. That's all. Hey, you know, he a repeat offender. He's a repeat offender. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but that's where he's at. Reggie, what's your opinion on memes that eliminate one of something black from a group of black excellence? Also, Tom Holland getting looked at as Bond. I really hope Tom Holland is not being looked at because he's too short. And I know what meme you're talking about. I don't like it because I don't want to have to choose. So yeah, I don't like it. And that's it, man. All right. Y'all, that's all we got. I appreciate y'all very, very much. I want to thank all of you for your very kind donations. And like I said, I will be giving those off to the birthday girl. She says thank you. She hasn't told me yet, but I'm sure she is very thankful. And I appreciate y'all so much for that. We will have some more episodes coming up. There's a lot of stuff coming. I don't know when Game of Thrones is coming. Rings of Power, all that. Just stay tuned, keep your notifications on, and we will get to all of those ASAP. But I want to thank y'all for y'all time. Don't forget, wash your hands, wash your butts. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see y'all later. Peace.